Hello, everyone. This is Dork Tales. I'm not the DM today.
Ah. Wait, who is?
You.
Oh, crud. Okay. Hi, everybody.
Check your notes.
Indeed.
You lie. You have no notes.
I have notes. I have Google Docs, and they are loaded with important game materials that explain to me how to do all the things.
So
which
much
is
hair in my eyes.
Oh man, to have hair. That.
Just, James, the wig was like $40. We can get you a wig.
I will never have bees. Oh wait, did I accidentally close my notes? I think I might have. Anyway, we should probably just do our hellos.
You should
while I
probably
dig
say
around
hi.
my files. Hello. Hi everybody. I'm James, and I have been invited on to be the guest DM for this round of Candlekeep. What was it called again?
Candlekeep Mysteries.
Candlekeep Mysteries.
Deep
There we
and
go.
creeping darkness.
Yes, and in particular the adventure of a deep and creeping darkness. Yep, you always gotta have a sip whenever that happens. So, hello and welcome to our story. This is our part 2, where we're gonna wrap this thing up. And I think we should probably start off by introducing the players. So, today I think we'll start off with let's start off with Kelly this time around. So, Kelly, would you like to introduce your character?
Hi there, I'm Kelly. I use he and him pronouns, and I'm an Aquarius. I like long walks on the beach, and I'm playing Rishley Siebert Wanderfoot today. Rishley is a fantastic little Lightfoot halfling who has the Haunted One background and may have solved mysteries in his youth, but has now kind of learned to trust his ultra instincts. And that's my monk. He's a pretty shaggy guy, and is a cook. Also, you have a hurt them more now, James.
Oh, wonderful! I always like to be well armed when it comes to those.
That was quick.
Wait, how many of those did we have from last game?
He used them all last game.
Yes, I did use them all. I tried my best to extract my lobster creature, but unfortunately, you guys did manage to run him, the poor bastard, down. Yes, so we will find out what happens with that. But first, we need to introduce the rest of the characters. Let's go over to Mike with Ennui.
Me? Really?
Yes,
me.
you.
Oh,
I'm picking on you at random.
It's like there's a spotlight on me. This is my moment. Hello, everyone. It's me, Michael. I'm going by he, him. I'm also playing Ennui Diaf, the biggest prat on the planet, probably. He refuses to have anything that's even touched an animal, unless it's like green and salad. Like, that's not gonna happen. And just a generally nice guy, as long as you don't have to talk to him.
He's a level 4 vegan. He won't eat anything that has a shadow.
All right. And then after that, I think we shall pick on... Let's go with Krista. Let's go with Krista. She was looking away for a moment, and that leaves her vulnerable.
Of course. Why,
Can you tell
thanks.
that he's a teacher?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
Hi, I'm Krista. I use she, they pronouns. I am playing Mary in the Fearbolg with a swarm of ladybugs.
Which is adorable. All right, and then we have Wei. Do you want to introduce Seraph?
Oh, I think you're muted.
You're muted, good friend.
Hello,
That's not the way to do it.
my name is Wei, or you can call me David. I use he, him pronouns, and today I'm playing Seraph. He's a level 1 cleric, level 1 sorcerer, level 2 warlock, and generally just supporty, pew-pew kind of guy.
All right, well, sounds good. And then lastly, we have my good friend and longtime gaming companion, Blogg, who is playing Rogan.
Hi. For a deep and creeping darkness, I'm going to be playing Rogan. He's a cleric of Ilmater, and generally tries to be a nice person and make up for, anyone who has to talk to Ennui.
Fair enough.
I feel like most of us do that.
Well, Ennui managed to find at least some companions out there, which is always good. All right. Sorry, Kelly, you wanted to say something?
Oh, I was going to say, just a quick reminder that we have a Stream Boost challenge right now. So any of you all players here who have, millions of points from watching the channel, definitely donate to that, because it doesn't cost you anything. So, except for points that you're not going to use anyway.
Done.
Yeah, put all the points you can in there.
It won't let me donate more.
It won't let you donate more. You have reached the limit.
Yeah, nope. There's a 2,000 max.
Yeah, it's 2,000 max.
Okay,
So
good.
just
Show me
donate
how
everything
to
you can.
later, and I'll do it.
704.
Shall we dive in?
And my ass.
Is that agreeable to everyone? Perfect. All right, so a little bit of recap for those of you just joining us, or if you can't quite recall the details from last time. I do go watch the first copy. It's going to be
It's on YouTube right now.
well, it's on YouTube. Perfect. Anyway, so last
Better be.
time on A Deep and Creeping Darkness, our adventuresome companions had formed a contract with one lady Aethel Selimshant to come out to locate a rumored mountain town known as Vermilion. And solve whatever strange mystery drove away the population and scattered its people to the nine winds, thereby basically leaving this small mountain town to wither and die. But this place is also sitting on a very valuable platinum mine, and so it was quite in her interest to have the place cleared and prepared for future business arrangements. The group traveled to Candlekeep, located A Deep and Creeping Darkness, a little book that explained how to get to the town and some of the mysteries about what, or at least some hints to the mysteries of what happened to it. After which they journeyed to the town, explored around a little bit, encountered a rather strange and haggard-looking fellow, and then were attacked suddenly by some sort of insect-like creature dressed in kind of tattered robes and with spines that boiled darkness off of its back, which promptly attempted to abduct Ennui, and then, having its plans foiled, attempted to flee, only to be run down by the party on the edge on the tree's edge in the southwest of the town. And we are going to return to play just where we left off, where Krista's character, oh, pardon me, Krista, the name of your character just slipped. Marion, where Marion was holding on to this creature, just cradling it in her arms, when it came to, and its 12 small beady eyes mounted in this almost like head plate made of black opalescent chitin.
It's pronounced chitin.
Chitin.
Sorry, chitin. My apologies. Anyway,
Freaks
a
again.
dozen eyes
Yes!
turn and lock onto you all at once.
And in Faye, she goes, "Hello."
Also, hello, Raid. High plot points.
Oh, hello, Braid. Anyway, so it is dark. By this point, Krista, you have put down your torch because of your shooting arrows and such.
I guess
so-
it would have been dropped long ago.
Yes, it must have been dropped. So you guys are relying upon Rogan's blessing or your own innate powers to see, and so it is. You are currently in near pitch darkness as you cradle this creature, and as it comes to, having been grievously injured by a falling tree and several very well placed arrows and the smashing astral paws of your halfling companion, the thing's going to come to, look up at you, and you're going to what can only be described as a kind of a thooning sound in your ears, a deep kind of resonant your brain kind of struggles to apply an emotion to it. It's a mixture of fear and panic and kind of horror as the thing tries to basically squirm and kick away from you. It's going to attempt to wrestle itself free of your grasp, but you do have it at something of an advantage, being that it was unconscious when you kind of picked it up or kind of cradled it. Do you want? Are you going to let it go, or would you like to try to resist?
I think I'm gonna have to resist because I don't want it getting away.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'll try to grapple it and just say, "I'm sorry, friend. I can't let you go."
All right.
I
so
put a hand on her and give her guidance. as she tries to defend this?
I think I'm going to give her advantage anyway on this, because you're in an advantageous position over it. It's significantly smaller than you are, and you already have it well wrapped up.
But guidance is a D4, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go.
I might need it. Oh yeah, I really need it. Hang on, sorry, my character sheet disappeared. That's athletics, right?
Yep.
Okay. 17 with guidance.
Oh, 17 with guidance. Well, I rolled a 1 on the die.
Oh, good.
So this thing is going to try to get its legs under it and try to kind of kick back, but as it does, there's going to be this sickening cracking sound as its already mangled, like, kind of knee joint kind of gives way underneath of it. And it's probably going to remove kind of the bottom half of it. The bottom third of its leg is just going to kind of twist free, and it's going to kind of half roll in your arms and just kind of flail there weakly, just overcome by the agony of what it just put itself through.
Oh, you didn't have to do that. We just didn't want you running away.
The Thune will echo throughout your minds. Just this mournful wail.
Thoughts, guys?
How big is it?
This creature is of medium size. It looks it normally would not only kind of stand about 4.5, maybe 5 feet tall, but it's hunched over. Now that it's kind of like stretched out some, it's probably about 6'3", 6'4" when it fully extends.
Okay.
It's got 2 heavy kind of alien-esque shoulders coming out of it with the 2 kind of claws on them, which are glistening with some sort of excretion from what look like little pores along the side of them, while 2 human arms are basically just kind of like except kind of twisted in the same kind of manner of this creature, are kind of twitching and flailing in agony.
Like, do we tie him up?
Maybe I gonna heal him.
We tie
Okay.
him up and bring him inside first
Yeah.
to one of the buildings.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Um,
I'll try to grapple him again.
He's in too much agony to do anything. You can
Okay.
You can handle him as you will right now. He's not in a place where...
Pick him up.
I'll take
All
out
right.
my happen rope and give it to Mary.
Sure, you're gonna tie him up right here.
Sure.
All right. So the
At
heavy
least his
loops of rope.
hands.
Yeah.
His many hands together.
All right. So you basically have to tie him twice for those ones.
Yeah.
So the heavy layers of cord get wrapped around the creature's joints, and you draw them tight. And then you pick the thing up in its arms. It is missing half a leg. And you guys head back to the village proper. Whereabouts do you head in the village? You have a particular building you want to go settle
You
at?
said there were those 2 buildings of interest on the on the western side. We
Yeah.
were at one of them. Well,
You
I guess-
explored the northernmost of the 2, which was the Stonecutters, and there is what appears to be a blacksmith shop. Now, you guys are standing kind of like right beside it.
Let's head to the other one.
All right, the blacksmith shop it is. Just give me a second
that the-
here. Oh, sorry. Yes, Rogan?
all good.
Which
All
one
right.
was the one that we went in the first time?
The stonemason's shop, just to the north. I'll mark it for you.
Okay, the blacksmith
So-
shop will be fine.
so
Okay,
that yeah, that's the blacksmith shop right there.
if we go inside of the blacksmith shop, we can definitely see whether or not any of the metal tools are still there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The thing will creen once more as you guys step over to towards the outside, and actually get your first proper good look at it. The last time you guys were just running around the side of it. This shop has an old sign that hangs crookedly on one hook out just outside of it, just mounted just right beside the front door, marked with a wand and a hammer that are crossed, done on wood and fairly crudely painted. The door is currently shut.
I'll try to open it.
All right. So, Sarah, if you step up to the door and turn the handle, which the latch will give as you do it, but you probably have to shoulder it once or twice to actually get it in. Look at the wood swollen in place. When it finally gives, it looks like the interior of the building has largely endured the 70 years. A thick layer of dust covers everything. A forge sits dormant in the far back corner, while a blacksmith's anvil and an empty quenching trough sit abandoned beside it. On the opposite side of the room are 2 workbenches and some stools. As you glance around, it looks like the interior has, like the previous building, been partially tossed. The shelves drawn out. It looks like someone's rummaged it for valuables, discarding all of the wood, like wooden items and the such. But it looks like someone has even plucked off all of the blacksmithing tools.
Well,
Other than that, it's empty.
I'll keep the door open, and I'll hold the door open for everyone to get in before I close it.
like, I need to, like, sit down and do, like, some meditation, I think. I'm feeling a little, keyed out.
Is there any seating or like a small bed or anything?
Yes, indeed, there is. There is an old bed whose blankets have been thrown aside. It looks like it was filled with moldering straw. It's certainly not comfortable, but it is a passable bed.
Okay, I'll set the guy on it, and if there's anywhere that
We'll just kind of
Rishley
curl into a
can-
ball.
okay, yeah, if there's anywhere Rishley can, if I see anywhere like a pile of some things, I'll indicate
Like, I'm
that.
okay with aestheticism. Like, I'm okay with a Spartan environment.
Oh, there's a nice corner over there. It's good and clean.
Oh, sure. Clean means free of clutter and debris, just like my mind.
I'll cast Cure Wounds on our bug buddy.
All right. So go ahead. You can just tell me how much healing that actually gives.
Oh, that's a good question. What's Cure Wounds?
1d8.
8.
1d8 plus modifier.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go and try to meditate and hopefully not get interrupted for 30 minutes, but I don't think that's gonna be a thing.
It's plus your wisdom stat, right?
For
Yep.
you're a ranger?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are? Okay, yeah, that's wisdom.
Okay. Then yeah, in that case, it is 10 points.
All right. So you focus yourself and channel the healing magics into the creature, and it seems to knit shut the wound. Even as it comes together, you'll notice there's almost like a little slight seeping of that same strange etheric black energy that kind of radiates off the spines of the creature. Will come from the wound as well. It seems it's almost part of the stuff of him.
Does somebody know what manner of creature this is?
I'll turn to it and just like go through languages. I speak Elven, Sylvan, and Giant, and
All right.
I'll just say hello. Who are you?
So you
Until
run
I
through-
get a response.
yeah.
If I get a response.
Yeah. You run through your intonations, and while the creature will kind of regard you like it looks like it's quite unfocused right now. And as it'll slowly kind of turn its kind of strange inhuman head towards you, and then it's gonna look like it looks like it keeps getting distracted by its leg, and it's gonna slowly kind of sit up and then start trying to reach trying to shake its hands free. Particularly the human ones, as if it's trying to reach down and kind of hold onto its own leg, or where its leg once was.
Just in common. I'm sorry, friend. You tried to take one of our friends.
Perhaps there was some sort of a misunderstanding. What we took it down once, we could do it again. Maybe we should let it free to it I don't well
It doesn't
did
have wings,
disappear.
right?
It does not have wings. No.
Okay.
Well, you haven't really taken too much of a look under its cloak, but you don't imagine so. There's not much room for them underneath there.
Okay.
Is there any fuel for the forge?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, there's still wood stacked in the wood heap.
I'm going to go and stoke it and then try to light a fire, see if there's any illumination or heat that comes off of it.
Sure. It is a struggle to get it alight. You probably have, like, even though it's like dry wood, like this, the roof's intact. This is like some of the best wood you could have because it's been like wintered for so many years. It's still a struggle to get it to light. The first dozen times you try, like your flint and steel or your matches just don't catch, or they just go out like crazy. You're still enveloped in that kind of aura that's bleeding off of this thing, or at least you imagine it's bleeding off this thing.
Is this something that anyone could make, like an arcana or a religion or a nature check to like recognize what this is?
You can if you want to make a check, you totally may.
Okay.
Just tell me which one you want to check on, because I don't particularly want to reveal.
No, that's
which
totally
check
fair.
might be the valid one, if that's okay.
I have absolute trash nature, but I'll roll a nature check because that seems
Sure.
like a rangery thing
That
to
seems
do.
like a rangery thing to do. By the way, Ennui, you do eventually get the fire to burn. It is reluctant, but it gets there, and it will glow softly. It is producing heat, but it's just like it's taking every opportunity to die out.
Like dying ember kind of level?
Yeah, like it's like the fuel's just really reluctant to take the flame. But
rolled a
yeah,
12, but
I will
that's an
keep at
11.
Tragic. So looking over the creature, the architecture of the thing, like especially as you can kind of like see the sinews where the leg are,
Yeah.
they don't correspond to anything you're familiar with. You don't think this is a creature of your world.
Now, I
doesn't-
do have aberrations as my favorite enemy. So is it an aberration?
You don't think so.
Okay.
Yes. An aberration is usually like some sort of twisting of a conventional creature, usually
Yeah.
through alchemy or magic. This is not such a mockery. This thing looks like a whole thing,
Interesting.
like an independent creature. Yeah.
Now,
Gotcha.
Did you say that it had like swirling things on its back? I forget the
Yeah.
description.
Okay, so the creature is basically made from this kind of almost black, almost iridescent, like it has a slightly iridescent sheen to it, with kind of darkened plates with kind of softer material in between that allows the kind of some flexibility. All along its back, there are a series of like kind of jagged spines that hang out. They don't look sharp or like weaponizable or anything like that, but there's almost this kind of bleeding effect to it, where there's almost kind of this etheric darkness is kind of seeping out of them, almost like steam, and just kind of boiling off and slowly rising in little wistful, in little wisps towards the up, and then kind of dissipating.
Okay. I am going to try a religion check to see if I can. Like, I'm just going to sit down and just like mumble a little prayer to myself while looking at it and seeing if anything comes to mind.
I'll try
Go ahead.
Arcana.
Arcana, okay.
16.
16. Looking the creature over, you wonder. You've never heard of a creature like anything like this before, but the qualities of it, right, make you wonder if it's perhaps something from the outside. Faerun has many planes, and this is perhaps a native of one of them. As does Seraph. As you're looking this thing over, and kind of, particularly looking at the kind of the wisps of energy kind of coming off its back. As you're watching them, you'll see flashes of things. Just the shapes of it will kind of come together for a moment, and you'll see things like faces or that you don't recognize. You'll see items kind of shimmer and then kind of slip away. And for a moment, it makes you kind of wonder. It gives you kind of hints towards kind of like the illusion school. I'm not sure if you've had much training in that regard, but you've probably seen illusionists work before, and this material that comes off the back of it has some echoings of that. At least you don't think it's magic in the traditional sense, but there are definitely kind of related trappings there.
Interesting.
The creature's going to continue trying to reach for its leg.
I think, I know it's probably not a smart idea, but I think we should unbind it.
I agree. Is anyone against it?
Seraph, Rish? No, never mind.
My only concern is if there's anyone else other than us.
Well, if we let him go and he leaves, I can probably follow him pretty easily. I do well in the forest.
It did try to grab me, so I don't know why it did that.
Good
Ennui,
taste.
oh, sorry. Ennui, one thing now that you've actually got a moment to reflect upon it, how the heck did it sneak up on you?
How the heck did...
It came out of nowhere to grab you.
I will grab my arm where it got me and see if there's any like actual physical damage.
Just some small puncture marks and some bruising from where it slammed down and did the damage to you. But that was mostly the venom that got you. That was, but where did it come from? Like you were all in that room, and somehow this thing was just there. I mean, you guys did see it teleport, so I suppose it could have done that, but you didn't hear. All you heard was a little, and then it was there. Anyway, are you guys releasing its arms?
Yes.
All right.
Before we do that, if possible, on the note that it surprised Ennui, I'm going to go over and just say, like, how do I say this? If you don't mind, I'd like to cast a blessing on you.
A blessing?
Yeah, something that will just help make you more alert.
Oh.
We don't want them sneaking up on us again.
You're implying I'm not alert enough.
No, I just...
How about if I give you a blessing? Sawed off.
I'll whisper a prayer anyway on myself then, and use vigilant blessing on me. This gives me advantage on my next initiative check.
All right.
Oh, Ennui.
I'll pull out a silver coin and kind of toss it his way and go, here, you can put that in the collection plate next time you're around.
I'll take out my alms box and put it in there.
Oh, precious.
It'll have a little clunk as it goes in. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyway, the creature's going to still be kind of like trying to like lean forward. It doesn't look like it's pleading at all. It just wants to. It needs to reach that leg. You'll still see a little, like, even though you've healed it, it's still a severed limb there. So there'll still be like some blackish ichor kind of.
This is a wound that's been there for a long time, right? Like, we didn't cause this.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, the tree fell
me.
down on it,
Oh.
and then you guys. And then he tried struggling and he twisted it off. Yeah, the tree got him.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Soul. All right, are you releasing him? What are you guys doing?
He's released. It's undone. Right. He's gone. He's free to go.
So you reach forward, and the creature barely looks at you as you kind of unfurl the ropes around him. It looks like it's just in just abject agony as you let it go, you'll see its human hands will start to like kind of come free, and almost without hesitation, you'll see the fingers starting to move and kind of almost like they were kind of like spinning, and you'll see the energy around its back flow forward and then down through the fingers. And as it does, you'll see it kind of flow forward, and it's going to form up a new leg where the old one was, just kind of flowing over that surface. And then you'll see it's the same blackness you saw out of the bear trap and out of the person that just kind of unraveled, but now in a reverse process. You'll see it come together And Seraph, you're convinced, like you're in your mind, you're convinced this is illusion of some kind, and then you're going to see it just kind of, and it kind of hardens, and the limb kind of forms there, and you'll see the creature go and just kind of deflate as the agony suddenly suddenly leaves it, as the limb is reformed. There's still a splash of ichor underneath of it.
So seems like you're doing better. Can you speak?
It's gonna glance around at a lot of you, and it's just kind of look back and forth, like hesitant, kind of drawing itself up against the wall.
That's a handy trick, bud.
Why don't we open the door?
I'll stand out of the way.
It's the creature's gonna.
And I'll go over to the door and try and open it up.
Sure. So you slide it open, and the thing's, and it's gonna leap off the bed, and like clamber out the door. And you're gonna see it basically like scramble probably about 10, like just outside the door, and like kind of jump off the patio of it. And as it does, you're gonna see you're gonna see it land on that injured leg, the one that it reformed, and the leg's gonna go just like smoke, and the thing's gonna suddenly and face plant into the snow again.
Oh.
See it roll over and be like, starts doing its finger thing again. Another leg's gonna form up there, and it's gonna roll over and then kind of pick itself up, and it's gonna start hobbling away. It looks like whatever that stuff is, it doesn't have a lot of integrity. It can kind of form realistic stuff with it, but
what the hell?
And you're going to see it's going to start just hobbling off as well as it can, and it's going to try to disappear amongst the buildings.
And Marion, you're able to track this thing?
Well, especially now that it's walking so weird, I'm sure it'll be easy to track, especially if it goes in the woods.
Let's take a short rest first.
Yeah, maybe cook up some food before we go hunting.
Sounds good.
All right. So you guys settling in for a long rest or a short rest?
Short rest.
Or I think.
All right.
I guess a short rest, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's going to be probably full on night as you guys come out of your rest.
Note the dark vision will be gone.
Yeah. Maybe we should. I know we had kind of talked about doing a long rest before this happened, so maybe this is a good time to maybe chill.
But by then, your hunter's mark will have.
I still have like advantage on tracking in forests and stuff like that, so
Right.
I should still be able to track it.
What's the weather like outside? I know you said it was there was snow, I think.
Yeah, it's snowing softly right now.
Okay.
Okay. As a ranger, I would like as a hunter, I would probably have an idea of how hard or easy it's going to be, having seen the forest and the snow. Is this something that like it's going to be nigh impossible, or?
Give me a survival check.
Okay. Ooh, 24.
24. You are fairly sure that the snow is not going to get any heavier. It's overcast but retreating right now.
Okay.
This light snow out there is probably not going to build up enough. Those tracks are going to be pretty easy to track, at least tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident we'll be able to find him tomorrow. I've hunted smaller.
Even if it manages to teleport again.
Well, you can't. I wouldn't be able to track it now either if it teleports.
Okay.
8 hours isn't going to change it.
Oh, ennui. About
Yes.
this point, as you're kind of sitting by the forage is suddenly just going to be like, it's kind of crackling only kind of lightly. All of a sudden, it's going to go, and the flame's going to get much hotter and brighter and light, and you're actually realize that a lot of the color had kind of drained out of the world. It's suddenly going to go and kind of flash back, and the fire is kind of crackling.
Oh, lovely. The fire appears to be back. I'm sure you'll all be cooking something horrific in no time.
And great, my tank's refilled. At least
Just
one of
in
them.
time for dinner.
Oh, those are the sweetest words I've ever heard, Marion. Oh boy. I've still got some bread, and I've got some cold cuts. Ooh, and I've got a little bit of lettuce and some parsnips, and I'm gonna start cooking.
All right. So pretty soon the cutting board is out. The nut.
Nat 20.
Nice. All right.
I'm making the sandwich.
All
Hell
right.
yeah.
So, pulling out the good stuff, Rishley dives into manufacturing you one of the finest camp meals you can have. Stuff is going to be like sizzling over the forage fire, and you got the pull out the spices, pull out the good meat, the stuff that has not the stuff you keep right near the top for, yeah. Anyway, you guys have a nice meal as the evening progresses onward.
A nice meal?
Lettuce wrap.
You've only got so much to work with.
Fantastic meal.
I managed to cook.
Meal.
I can cook boot leather, and it'll taste good with that.
You did buy a lot of cooking supplies.
It's true.
All right.
Is this
and you guys
lettuce wrap made of boot leather?
It's vegan boot leather.
Fantastic.
It's vegan boot leather for you.
Mwah.
Oh my.
I got you
All
a
right,
pair of Doc Martens. It's fine. All right.
With that, I think I am going. So, are you guys going to sleep here tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So you guys are going to put out a watch, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take first.
Okay.
Sheriff can take second.
I can trance, so I'm only gonna spend about 4 hours recuperating. So I can
Okay.
I can take the rest of it.
And I'm gonna sleep the whole time.
I'll do first and then you do second, Kelly.
Yeah.
Does
yeah,
that make
yeah.
sense?
Yeah, that
All right.
sounds good.
So what I would like from all of you is to roll me a wisdom saving throw. Now, because of Rishley's fine meal and kind of having this little haven of light in the otherwise kind of dark and rather dismal town, I'm going to give you guys advantage on this one.
Oh.
That was fine both ways. 16 from me, my friend.
Fair enough.
23.
Okay.
The advantage
25?
gave me a natural 20, so 21.
Okay.
We're so wise.
I have +5 to wisdom. 11.
11. So, Marion.
Oh no.
So one by one, you guys spread out and fall asleep for the night, moving in your assigned shifts. But Marion, your night runs a little differently. You come to in a close pressed place. You can feel the weight of something pressing down on you, thick and heavy and jagged. You open up your mouth and struggle to drag in a breath, but the air is thin. Just enough, just barely enough to keep your furbolg body alive. And it's thick with granite dust. As you
Sorry, go ahead.
sorry, yeah, like as you kind of come to, you shift, kind of move your body a little bit, and you'll feel the entire place around you, the stones shifting and settling and pressing down even heavier upon you. You think, just faintly in the distance, you can hear yelling. People yelling out things like, "Are you there? Hello?" And you'll hear the sound of picks chipping at rock. You try to drag in a couple more breaths, but still the stones shift closer, a crushing embrace. You can't see a thing.
Mild panic. She'll try to call out.
Yeah, you'll scream out. but that only allows the rocks to close in closer and the air to draw thinner. Eventually, straining, you'll feel the world starting to purple and darken and close in around you. And then you'll be awoken as someone shakes your shoulder, telling you it's your turn for watch. You're going to come up with a level of exhaustion.
Bugger. Oh no.
All right.
She'll wake up with a start.
Are you all right?
Be careful when you sleep. I thought I was in the mines. I'm not sure what did it, but it tricked me. I'm not easy to trick.
Well, you're with us now. Let's put a hand on you.
Right.
Thank you. I guess it's my turn for watch now.
All right. So just so you know, for the next day, you're going to have, until you get rid of that exhaustion level, you're going to have a disadvantage in all ability checks.
Son of a
Yikes.
bitch!
Yep. Yeah, that's a mean one. I'm sorry.
Ah!
All right. But other than that, the night goes quietly, other than the flickering of the flames. Sometimes they will stay rich, and other times you'll find the shadows beginning to close in once more, and the fire slipping away. And then, just as quickly as it goes, it comes back and lights bright again. But in time, the effect settles, and morning comes to Vermilion. It's about 8 a.m. The sun is creasing over the hills, and you can hear the birds outside. And you're free to act. Where to now, ladies and gentlemen?
I guess we should get a start on the tracking.
How's the light? Is
I'll
it
start.
does it look foggy and discolored, or?
Nope. It looks like a beautiful early winter morning outside. There is still a little few flecks of snow coming down, thick and heavy, but very few in number. The tracks that you saw in it last night are still just barely covered with snow, because it's easily good that deep, so it's not hard to track. But other than that, it is bright, and the sky is gray with scattered clouds. With blue patches, I should say. And the birds are out. The trees are shifting in the cool mountain breeze, and you're free to act as you will.
Rogan will just try and pack everything up and help cleaning up those things as much as possible, and
Sure.
make sure nothing's left behind, and make sure everyone's here.
Yep.
And
After
just
everyone's-
wait outside.
After everyone's done gathering the things, and when Miriam is ready to start tracking, Seraph is gonna put a hand on her and say a few words. Give you guidance.
Thank you. Thanks, Seraph. You make everything easier.
I'll bob my head.
I'll go take a look outside and see if there's still tracks.
Yep, they certainly are. So the tracks are basically go off traveling roughly as detailed there, and then you're going to see them kind of vanish quite suddenly at the end of that path.
At the end of the path?
Yeah, so you see so I just detailed a little line on the map just so you can kind of see the extent of them, but they're quite
Okay.
easy to follow up until that point. They look like they're kind of madly, panically kind of running, and then the tracks are just going to stop.
Interesting. Can I roll a survival to see if I can pick up the trail again?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a survival.
Who else here is a hunter
Oh,
type?
actually,
Ennui?
my apologies. Actually, I'm not going to ask for survival for it. I'm going to ask for perception.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Can I
Can I help her with that?
Yes, you guys totally do it as a group.
Okay, so then I can roll flat.
Oh yeah.
So is it
yeah.
going to be a
Oops.
group perception roll, or is it going to just give her advantage?
Let's give her advantage.
Okay.
Okay. We'll roll
So
flat.
you guys are off over this way right now.
18.
Over which way? I'm sorry.
I'm just moving you guys to the proper spot over there.
Yeah, but okay.
Over
That's
We
all.
don't-
to the
don't
east,
reference
the
that.
east of the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
My apologies. Yes. Sorry.
18.
18. So glancing around, you're like, where he couldn't have gone anywhere, right? Like there was no way. Like, and you're kind of glance around,
Yeah.
and what you're actually gonna what you're actually gonna notice as people are kind of like spreading out, trying to look around for tracks, is you're actually going to see some. Here, just to the north of you, you will actually see on the actually, pardon me, put those in the wrong spot. You're actually going to see on the roof just to the northeast of you.
Okay.
There was snow on that roof. It's one of the few roofs that actually collected snow, but you'll actually see that you can see claw marks running down the side of it. And for a second there, it looks like the creature might have kind of somehow jumped onto the roof from where it was, and then walked down a little ways. You can actually see its footprints running across the top of it, and you're like, how the hell did he get up there? And then he's going to
Sneaky.
basically be heading off towards the north. Looks like he walked along the roof to the the northwest,
Yeah.
and then it's on the roof. You can't see where it went from there.
I'll head off. I think it did. Did Rishley tell us about it misty stepping basically?
Yes, I did mention that last game.
I wasn't sure if you. Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
I
if
said
you told
I
us.
didn't say Misty Step specifically, but I said like it teleported and there was like some mist and stuff. Like that's kind of how he said it.
Totally. Okay. I just couldn't remember if it was said to us.
I'm glad I only play this character like once a week because I can't do this full time.
I believe in you, Kelly.
Oh, I'm just gonna have some more non-denominational cola.
Non-denominational Coke.
Oh my!
It was really full of like deep and creeping darkness.
I'm not taking another drink. I just did.
So okay, I think it might have done its little teleport up to that roof. I think it might go over this way. I'll start walking over.
Sure. So you guys head roughly north, and immediately you'll notice something odd as you guys kind of get up just basically beside that building. So just to so the building to your northwest right now, you can see that it looks like just another house, but it's actually one of the most well intact buildings in the entire town. It's just resisted really, really well. But on the outside of the building, you will see that each and every window has been chained or nailed shut, like over the top amounts. Just chains and locks and boards and anything that could be done has been done to fortify this house. It's just covered with stuff.
Did the tracks go around this house or to it?
Looking around, you think you can see it actually goes onto the roof of the place.
Interesting.
So maybe it did its little teleport hop over to this roof as well.
I'm gonna do a circle around the house to see if anything comes onto the ground.
Sure. Nothing will. Sorry. You will see more tracks heading off towards looks like the north.
Okay. I think it goes up that trail there in the north towards the trees. But what's going on here?
Maybe we should take a look inside first.
It's really weird. There's like so much metal here. You would have think that they would have like taken it.
Yeah, because all the metal was gone in that other place. Maybe it was taken here.
I'm gonna
The
cautiously
nails in the
walk
other
up.
house will still remain there. So
The nails remain, yeah.
Yeah, but like the chains.
I'm gonna cautiously walk up to this door, or
Yep.
to this house that's chained up, and go to whatever looks like it's the main entrance. I'm sure it's chained up just like everything else, and I'm just going to have my shield out.
Okay.
But I'm just going to just gently, cautiously go up to it and just knock 3 times really hard and just shout out in common, "Hello."
Sure.
Hello?
You call out. You will hear nothing. Now, as you're close to the door and looking at the way this thing has been bound up, you also think that whoever did this did not have a lot of skill. They just wanted this place secure, but they didn't really know how to do it properly. You could probably find a way in here without too much trouble just by you could probably go at the sideboards even without going at the chains themselves. This is a really shoddy job of securing a place.
I'm going to heft myself up onto the roof.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that.
I have a whole bunch of acrobatics, so.
All right, so you pull yourself up onto the roof, and up there you will see that there is what looks to be like a hole in the roof that is letting some snow in.
There's a hole up here. Should I jump in?
Maybe wait for the rest of us.
Can you all get up here?
The roof might not be able to take all your weight, especially Marion.
Maybe just take a look.
I mean, if I could get in there, maybe I could open the door.
I'll just try the front door.
It just opens.
So it looks like the front door is locked shut. It's bound shut. But do you guys have a crowbar? You guys probably have a crowbar.
Oh, hold on. Ennui, hold on a second. Rishley, can I have that ring back?
Yeah. Where is it?
I want to give it to Ennui.
Oh, yeah, this one? How do I keep rolling nat 20s? Seriously.
Sorry, what was that?
I keep rolling now. I was like, do I actually still know where it is? I rolled a nat 20. I'm like, how do I keep rolling all these nat 20s on irrelevant things?
It's right there on your finger.
No, he put it on
This is a different one. This is a different one. It's on my thumb.
Ennui, would you mind putting this on before you go in there?
Is this another one of your tricks?
It means if you get hurt, I get hurt instead.
Oh. I like that idea. Toss that up.
I'll take it from Rogan and just lift it up.
Yeah, sure. That won't be a problem for Marion. Yeah, easily.
Lovely, thank you.
And
So you slip on the ring.
I'll cast Warding Bond on Ennui.
All right. So you are so warded, Ennui. Blessed by
you've got
blessed by
+1 to your AC and +1 to saving throws for the next hour. You have resistance to all damage, and then however much damage you take, I take as well.
Perfect. I will lob myself into the hole.
All right, so you jump in through the hole and fall down, into the midst of this room. And this room has been packed, and I mean packed, with every small metallic trinket or trade item that is pretty much in this entire town. You'll also see boxes lying around that look much like the ones you saw in the back of the cart. It looks like all this stuff has basically kind of been gathered here like a storehouse and just kind of shoveled roughly together in, you're thinking kind of like a mad desperation. But looking around, you see no signs of any sort of weird insectile creatures. You can't think of anywhere they could really hide in here. There's just no place for them. There's boxes and stuff like that, but you can rummage behind them. There don't appear to be anything here.
Are there any signs of blacksmith tools or anything in here?
Oh heck yeah, yeah! It looks like everything is here.
Oh, perfect. I will go and start grabbing them and lobbing them back out through the window, or the hole in the roof. Be like, I'm sending out some tools. We could break through the door.
Do you want to give me a search check for this place, and so you can rummage around?
Sure. Is that a perception roll?
Well, it's an investigation roll.
Oh, investigation. 20, not natural.
20? Okay. All right. So you rummage around. You're gonna find a couple of amounts of salted dried meats. 3 bolts of common fabric that have been kind of tucked away.
Ooh, fantastic.
2 small casks of wine.
Oh, I'll keep those for later.
And you'll also find what looks to be it looks like a desk, a somewhat ornate desk. And as you're kind of looking around, it looks like it may have been packed for transport. But looking around in that one, you'll actually find a little compartment on the underside of it, and you'll find inside of there 15 gold pieces wrapped tightly in a little bit of leather. and some paperwork listing sales to settlements in the local area by the looks of it.
Don't worry, my little gold friends. I'll free you from this bondage of meat.
So you quietly collect the stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, that appears to be everything that's in there. You can throw out, basically there's like household items. There's the blacksmith's tools, some of the tools for the stone cutter, various things like that. Pretty much what you kind of expect to find in here, but beyond that, nothing special.
Mallets, chisels, pry bars, anything I can find that can force the door open from the other side.
Oh yeah, plenty of stuff like that. Yeah.
Perfect. I will just
Finding
start
town. Yeah,
throwing it out. Tools are coming out.
So the tools will slide off down the roof, and you guys can pick them up and do as you will.
It's like Sax and the Grinch. Boop, 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 boop. I'll grab some of it, and even forgetting that I am exhausted, just and try to break open the door.
Oh yeah, for you. It's like almost casual. You're just like ka-chunk, like the chains will just come right off. It's like they're nailed in place, right? Like it's,
fabulous. The chain doesn't break; they just come off.
Yeah. It's just the mounting's just fail. Yeah, sure enough, you can open up the door. It's really shoddily done, but it looks like it's just like this guy's little vault.
After you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. To Miriam.
Curtsy.
Bow as everyone walks by.
Seraph is gonna take a look and see if there's anything of interest, any hidden holes, any trapdoors.
Nope, doesn't look like it. It's just a plain old, slightly larger than normal house, just stuffed with stuff. Most of it would be decisively termed as crap, but it's the kind of stuff a small-time trader might carry and might find some measure of value in.
I will jump forth with a small handful of gold and go, I found this cash. Here, have your share. And I'll give each of them 1 gold piece.
This is like 10 times as much money as I have. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You
Don't
can
spend
keep
it in one
mine,
place.
Henry.
All right, and with that, you guys look like you have thoroughly gone through this place. There's just not much here. You almost think this is more like an act of madness than anything else.
Now, is this the other? Because there was a house of interest on the eastern side. Is this the same house?
Yeah, this is the eastern house. Yeah. But yeah, you think you've kind of yeah.
Do we want to continue after the bug?
I think that might be best. I really have no idea what's going on here. This is strange, and I think the only lead we have is following it, unless somebody else has a better idea.
Did I see its tracks up on the roof?
Yeah, you can actually find its tracks on the far side. It looks like it jumped down from the roof and then headed off towards the northeast, heading down towards that road and then running along it.
I will point out the direction that I think it went into.
Since we're passing the large house, Seraph will mention we're quite a bit behind wherever he's going. Maybe we should take a look inside this one first.
As you guys kind of glance over that way, you'll actually see that there's actually a second pair of tracks.
Like what?
A second
Also
pair
heading that
of
way.
the bug tracks?
You're pretty sure, yeah. These ones look like slightly different proportion, though.
Did they just branch off from the same spot?
No, it's like 2 of them coming together and heading roughly the same direction.
Oh, so it came from somewhere else.
It came from somewhere else. It looks like it came roughly from the direction of the big house.
Is it like the weird footprints, or is it?
Yep. Yeah, it's the weird footprints again. You might have more than one of these bugs running around.
Probably
boy.
best for us to go check out the big house.
Probably best for us to check out the big house.
So long as it's not the
Walk up
bug
to the front
house.
door.
I prefer the big top.
Oh,
All right.
how is our vision right now?
Your vision is fine. No adverse effects
Okay.
right now.
Excellent.
All right, so you guys head over to the big house. This grand 2-story brick house has fallen prey to time and the elements like the rest of the village, but remains in better shape than the smaller houses due to its sturdy structure. Heavy wooden double doors are flanked by dark windows, and chimneys anchor the building at each corner, their masonry crumbling. In front of the house looms a wide, leafless tree. This is the same tree you rummaged through in order to when you first arrived. Its gnarled branches reach toward the clouds like twisted fingers, and its rough bark is pockmarked with large knots and beetle holes. Yeah, you see the house sitting before you. I'm actually going to go. Okay, so actually, so how would you guys like to approach it?
Seraph will take a look through the whatever windows as he passes them towards the front door.
All right. So it looks like there's some windows on the left hand and right hand corner of the building as you approach it.
I think we're approaching from the east.
All right.
So.
All right, so you come over there and peer in through the doors. Sorry, peer in through the windows. They're shuttered decently. Like it looks like they've been shuttered closed, but you're able to kind of pry them open with any sort of like small item, and kind of peer inside. Inside, you're going to see what looks to be a dusty room. Let me just check one thing. Oh, no, wrong way. Go through my notes. What's that? Oh, yeah, wrong one. It looks to be a parlor, and it looks pretty much empty except for what looks to be 4 wing-back chairs situated upon the left hand wall, and a desk on the right hand. Oh, sorry, just in the southwestern corner. And I think that's pretty much all you can kind of make out from in there. You can see the air is kind of full of dust.
Okay. Don't see anyone inside. Can I make a perception check or?
Yeah, you don't see anyone inside. No.
Okay, cool. I'll walk up to the front door and I'll just try the door.
I'll go up there with them.
All right. What's everyone else doing?
Like, I'm gonna follow.
I'll take up the back, sort of spinning, watching behind us, and then walking forward again, and just sort of keeping an eye on everything.
All right. All right, so you guys close in around the front door. And sure enough, looking inside, you can see sorry, I have to be a little bit slower because I'm referencing something here. You're going to see like a wide entry hallway. As the doors slide open, as the doors shift open. They're not locked at all, by the way, but they are firmly shut. You can, on the left-hand side, you can see a rack of moth-eaten cloaks, and to the left and right hallways are going to branch off into the gloom of the room. The gloom of the building. While ahead of you, you can see a stairway leading to the second floor. A door stands beneath the stairs, seemingly leading to the backyard. But you guys are free to step inside if you like.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Cautiously.
All right. So, Rogan, you step through the door. As you step across the molded carpet, you'll hear the floorboards underneath your feet. But you manage to progress easily.
I'll follow along.
Are we supposed to be like are we trying to be stealthy or like?
I think it might be too late for that.
Oh well, in that case, hello. Like, is anybody here?
Your voice is going to echo out through the building, and but you're not going to hear anything. It's just it seems vacant.
Let's take a room on the first level, and it seems that they're close enough that we can get to each other if anything happens.
Agreed.
Maybe we should like stick in pairs in case like we get another like big bug guy trying to like paralyze us and run off with us.
I think we should.
I guess what I mean to say is like, gang, we should probably split up, but like not split up.
All right.
Alright.
So who wants to explore where? On the western side, you have a hallway with a door leading to the north and to the south. While on the eastern side, we have 2 rooms hanging open and then a stairway leading up.
I'll head towards the bottom left room.
All right. So you're gonna head down that hallway.
I'll follow
Sure thing.
Seraph.
All right. So the 2 of you are in there. Where's everyone else going?
I'm going
gonna
to
go-
stay.
I'm going up the
Oh,
stairs.
go ahead.
Just so I can.
All right.
All right, I'm
kinda
gonna
get
go with Ennui.
advantage.
Hold on, I'm gonna figure out which way I'm going.
Every about 10 seconds, I will point towards. Sorry, are they going in threes or are they going as 2 and 1 person alone?
3 and 2, I think.
I am
Well,
literally
I don't
right
know.
behind you as we walk out. We're like, toot.
I'll point towards the other group every about 10 seconds, and I'll cast message and just say a random word.
Sure. You're gonna lose track of them in a moment because they're going upstairs and gonna disappear into the second floor.
Message goes through a certain amount of wall.
Yeah, but do you need to know where they are? Because you won't be able to perceive them anymore.
General direction, I believe.
Oh, okay. That's fine then. Anyway, let's talk about the room that you're currently in. So this is the assembly room. Chairs are arranged in staggered rows in this room, with their backs towards the door, facing a podium in the southeast corner. A sideboard sits on the left side of the room, and a bookcase stands to the right of the doorway, filled with tomes and knickknacks. A cold brick fireplace occupies the southwestern corner.
I'll take a look around and see if there's anything of interest.
Sure.
Can I search for anything?
Yeah. So looking around, one thing, the first thing you'll notice is there's a picture hanging on the wall. It looks like a watercolor that's depicting a mountain range. It's looks like it probably fetch a good price at market. On the bookshelf, you'll also see a set of sets of old and worn books, pretty much moldered in gray. Their text pretty much marred by time. But there will be kind of a single chunk of what looks to be platinum ore sitting on one of the shelves, glinting slightly as you move around and the light hits it in different angles.
I'll ignore the painting and put my hands on the platinum ore, and I'll say, "This might be a good item to prove that we found the million."
Even if we can't find the mine, it might be proof enough.
I'll stick it in my bag.
All right. Meanwhile, upstairs, let's go find out what they're getting into. Stepping up onto the upstairs landing, you are going to find... Oh, wait, do I have this? Okay, my apologies. So stepping up onto the upstairs landing, you're going to find... So you're going to find an open landing at the top of the stairs. 4 closed doors lie before you, and a large entryway gapes from across the hall to the south. But otherwise, it appears to be quiet in here. Let me just go look here. Basically, as you're kind of standing at the top of the stairs, you'll see 4 closed doors. And then straight ahead through kind of an archway, you're going to see what looks to be a table with some chairs around it. It appears to be some sort of library or something like that. And you can see some books set out on a table.
You want to try the closed doors or the library first?
Library, of course. We can find out what they've been up to.
Right. Let's head towards the library then.
All right. So you step across to the library. The shelves in this room are filled with shelves filled with books line the walls of the library, and 4 wingback chairs sit around a low table in the center of the room. The wide bank of windows in the south offers a panoramic view of the dilapidated houses beyond, beyond the twisting branches of the old tree in the main yard. Yeah, you can see, as I said before, there are several books lying on the table, along with what looks to be like notes scribbled on bits of on bits of paper that have been kind of tucked between between their pages.
I will start rifling through them to see if there's anything of interest.
All right. So, glancing through the books, you'll see that there are books on a variety of topics, and appear to be drawn from. Well, you're not sure where they basically came from, but some of them are texts on the nature of physical and emotional trauma. Other ones are depictions of nightmares and mysterious disappearances, folklore, essentially. But seemingly out of place in the whole thing, you'll see that there are two books that are sitting side by side. One of them is a tome describing the Feywild, while another sits beside it. That speaks of Shadowfell. Now, Ennui, I'm not sure you have any training in this kind of stuff. Do you have any sort of religion or arcana at all?
Not a bit.
All right. But Rogan, do you have either of those?
Religion.
Okay. Do you want to give me a roll there, and we'll see what we've got. There also looks to be a page there with some stuff you can read.
22.
We'll deal with the 22. All right. So, the Feywild and Shadowfell. These two are kind of interstitial planes. They exist, but they're kind of said to exist kind of above and below the plane upon which you exist, and are kind of seen as echoes, reflections of the material plane. In the Feywild is kind of vibrancy and life and emotions kind of twisted to the 11, while the Shadowfell is a dismal, dark place. It is entropic and bleak and consuming. And between these two things, you'll see a series of notes scribbled down. One of them describes a creature known as a meanlock, a short, fey-like creature that lives to cause terror and sparks fear. But then you'll see that several notes put into the description, and then several more of them are scratched out, and you'll see notes written in kind of a panicked hand beside them. No, wrong color, too large, something else. Something from the Shadowfall? Mentions of mistlocks. What is a mistlock?
Mistlock.
And below you'll see kind of notes. Like a meanlock? Stranger, twisted. Parasite? Question mark? Subterranean nests. Sensitive to light. Can sense shadows and darkness. And what are they doing to the people?
What are they doing to the people?
What,
It looks
what
like
did
the-
you say? Something about the people?
Yeah. Well, that's one of the notes. What? So it's like a meanlock, but from the Shadowfell, and it's bigger and more twisted.
Well, if you kind of consider like everything in the Feywild and the Shadowfell are reflections of the material plane. Maybe this mistlock is a reflection of the meanlock. But you only see notes about the meanlock. Other than a few kind of descriptions of what was probably quite clearly the thing that you encountered.
We should take this book and show the others. I think it give some indication of what we're doing, and maybe somebody, maybe they'll have any other ideas. Or do you have any ideas of what we should do? It sounds
No.
like they're subterranean.
No, we should rush this back to the others. If it says something about the people here, then it will help us.
Meanwhile, downstairs, what are the three of you doing?
Were there other rooms?
Yes, there's one to the north, and there's one to the, and there's two to the west. Sorry, there's one to the north and two to the east. On the other side of the house.
I'm clinging to Marion and Seraph like a bad smell.
All right.
So like and as we're going, like he is gonna be kind of a little chittery and like I really don't like being inside of like, you know, potentially haunted houses, because haunted houses tend to have, you know, like ghosts and stuff, like ghosts, and then like there's all sorts of stuff that happens around here. What was that?
Marion will just smile and nod.
How are you so?
Conciliatory.
Are there ghosts in the forest? I feel like there would be ghosts in the forest.
There's lots of ghosts in the forest. There's nothing wrong with them.
But I mean,
What's wrong with ghosts?
well, they're ghosts.
Yeah. We're just ghosts that haven't died yet. We should check out this other room. I'll start walking towards the one at the north. You coming, Seraph?
Right behind you. Now, as Rogan and Wee's walking around, are they like, are the floorboards groaning under them?
Oh yeah, you can tell where they are. They're
We're not
a
sneaking.
little bits of dust will come down.
I'll point a finger up and I'll say, anything interesting? To
You guys may
Rogan.
respond.
We found a book.
Is it like a spooky book?
It was a little dusty.
Dust can be pretty spooky.
Maybe?
I'll just keep walking into the other room.
Sure.
Just checking up.
Don't go that fast.
I'll check back in a bit, and then I'll continue on.
Marion's
right.
gonna have an extra long belt that actually like hangs off so that Rishley can hold on to it.
Oh, that's adorable.
Tall,
You know, after a few adventures, she eventually just sort of added it on.
tall fur bug.
All right. So anyway, stepping into this room. In this room, you're just going to find a round table with 4 chairs that sits in the center of this room. Windows look out onto the backyard, while a fireplace in the corner is filled with broken masonry. The most notable thing in here is a framed portrait that hangs on the right-hand wall. The portrait itself that draws your eyes has a little plaque on the bottom of it saying Mère les Douzaines. And you'll see depicted upon it a dark-skinned woman dressed in a cream-colored frock coat with a pale green cravat at her throat. Her dark hair is pulled up into an intricate twist, and she wears delicate platinum and diamond earrings. Her hands are folded in her lap. One finger bears a heavy platinum signet ring inscribed with a snowdrop blossom.
I'll try to keep that to memory and take a look around.
Looking around, there doesn't appear to be anything else of interest in this room. It looks like maybe it was kind of a casual meeting place.
Okay.
Uh,
Shall we do clockwise?
Sure. So
Next
walking
room.
across, you guys will go search this room over here.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm assuming upstairs crew is kind of reading stuff for a little bit. So sorry.
or are you guys gonna come down to meet
Okay.
us?
That is also an option.
Had you guys said you were gonna come down to show us the book quickly, or are you gonna keep?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're probably
We're
down
going
by
to do
now.
that, but I might have been reading it for a bit. I don't know.
So you guys can probably come down the stairs. You know, I can imagine you guys just like kind of carrying the books with you if you like.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you guys step into the dining room. This room holds a rectangular table with 8 chairs. A sideboard sits against the far wall with dusty ceramic serving dishes and bowls atop it. A fireplace is in the far corner. The ceramics here are just kind of well made and simple. The flatware is made of silver-plated steel alloy. Oh, nice. But other than that, it seems pretty unreliable, except for the one notable exception. There is actually cutlery here, and it is in the open, and it has not been filched.
Like,
That's
okay.
Seraph, do you think this is magic?
Did I roll Arcana to see?
What are you rolling a can on?
To check
This-
if.
The silverware.
Oh, silverware. You would see no evidence of magic at all. It just looks like silverware.
I'll actually I should have done this a while back, but I'll start doing the 10-minute ritual for detect magic.
Okay.
Sure.
What kind of silverware is it? Like just generally like cutlery set?
Yep, except it's probably decent quality. It's silver-plated steel alloy. Yeah,
Silver
it's just
plated is still
fancy-ish.
silver plated. I'm gonna grab a butter knife, or I'm gonna grab a pair of butter knives. Actually,
Awesome.
never gonna get caught without silver again.
Perfect.
just put a bunch of silver coins in a sock.
Well, I should get silver rings
Oh yeah.
Very true.
as a monk.
Yeah.
Well,
All
actually,
right,
Silver brass knuckles.
so you guys have recollected on the bottom floor.
Hey guys, did you find anything?
Yeah, and we found this book on the table. I think it describes what we're dealing with, but maybe the rest of you should look at it.
I'll take a look if it's creature related.
Sure, but not of a nature that you've seen before. There's no dissection things or anything like that in there. It looks like whoever was doing this work was kind of like trying to like read through the kind of fevered descriptions of well-educated madmen, getting into some pretty kind of chthonic kind of texts here, including these strange creature, like at least sketches of what look to be something similar to these creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I am finished casting the ritual detect magic, my wild magic surges.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now I do not know what wild magic does in this context, so feel free to do whatever you need to do. I know
So
you have
whenever
to,
I
like,
cast leveled non-cantrip spell, I have a 1 in 20 effect of rolling a wild magic table, which is a D100, and then rolling off of that, something happens.
Feather beard, feather beard,
Crazy
feather
stuff,
beard.
including a fireball centered on him.
am I next to
Oh
him right
my. Yep. Yes, you are.
now? I can
Sorry,
I can
let's-
dodge a fireball. I can dodge a wrench. I can dodge a fireball.
You can catch a
Actually,
fireball.
let me
and chuck
double
it
check
back.
something. I need to double check if it is part of my sorcerer spells or not. It's actually it's part of my cleric spell, so I don't need to roll anything, unless if you want me to.
No, that's okay. I don't think I particularly need to right now. If it's stemming for your cleric powers, I don't think it would anyway. It's those arcanic ones that are going to be unstable. All right. So you guys, it doesn't look like there's anything really kind of more to explore in here. This house, for the most part, at least so far, seems kind of, well, informative but empty.
There's one more room down here, isn't there?
There's the room in the southeast. Yeah. So you guys can go take a look in there. Not
I'll
to
sort
see.
of I was gonna say I'll kind of like pop my head, like kind of walk around and pop my head in and not actually like go in.
Sure.
So I'm still in view of everybody.
Not much to see here. It looks like this might have been some sort of waiting area. You can just see that there are you can see some rodent droppings sitting around, and it looks like a waiting area, probably for people like coming from the village to probably talk to the mayor, because this looks like it's the mayor's house.
Perfect.
And the desk there just doesn't even have any like personal papers in it. You can see the drawers are open. There's nothing inside of it.
This is where the village people used to meet. That's probably where like the town guardsman used to sit, and then like the blacksmith, and then like, you know, some of the local like people who live out in the woods maybe, and
And maybe the constabulary.
yeah.
All right.
Was there any other rooms upstairs, guys, or did you look everywhere?
Oh,
There-
yeah.
there
There
were
were a couple other rooms. We just wanted I
Can
guess
follow you
I
up
got
there.
What happened with your wild magic surge?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, nothing,
Okay.
because I was casting a cleric spell, so it doesn't apply to it. It's only my sorcerer
Oh,
spells.
there you go. But you're doing detect magic now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Anything of that? Nothing.
Not in your current perceptive range. Nope.
Cool. Do you guys want to go upstairs together?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Rogan, Ennui, on the northern west room, there's a portrait of what seems to be the mayor. I believe her name was Dozovin.
Her name was Duvezin. Duvezin.
fancy name.
Yep.
Was there any mention of it in the books?
In like well, actually, no. Yeah, part of some of the parchment would have probably had her name inscribed upon it. You think it's hers?
I think I saw that name. I will rifle through and see if I can find the parchment where the name was.
Sure. Yeah, you can find it. It looks like it's her personal parchment. Anyway, you guys go heading upstairs.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
go into the other room with the closed door.
All right.
Or four
Uh,
of them?
So we're heading upstairs. There is a north. There's basically one at each of the main kind of north, like the northwest, southwest, northeast, southeast. You can explore them in any which way you want to, and there's a library to the south.
I will go to the next one over from the library.
I'll go to the 1-2 over.
All right. So,
I will stay with Marion.
all right. I'm not sure quite what you mean by. Okay, so I'm gonna say probably gonna go explore. Kind of. Let's go around the circle. Like we'll start off with northeast. We'll go to northwest and then go from there. All right. So heading over to the northwest, you'll open up a door. And who's opening up that door? I should say. Is it Marion? All right. So Marion, you walk over and you put your meaty hand on that door. Give it a firm twist. And for a second there, you think the door is stuck. Until the actual latch in your hand is just gonna crumple in between your fingers, and it's gonna go, and kind of smoky gas is gonna come out, mist is gonna come out between your fingers, and the whole door is gonna just kind of melt away. And inside, you're going to see what clearly is the room of a young girl. You'll see there is a double bed in there, and it's kind of one of those kind of queen style with kind of the drapings on top of it. The trappings of this place speak of a child's room. And in the midst of it, you see overall the room is basically just has a bed, and some cold air that kind of gusts through some of the gaps in the wall. But you're going to see this almost, what's the best way to describe it? Almost like a little nest of little girls' clothes and blankets and toys and everything all like wrapped up in a ball, and you'd see almost like, looks like there's kind of crumpled form in the midst of it, kind of sheltered, almost swaddled in the center of this kind of jumble of stuff.
I'm gonna lean back out. I'm gonna kind of point so that Rishley will notice, and then say, "Hey guys," and then I'm gonna kind of tap my foot inside the door, because like the door just disappeared. I don't want the floor to come out from under me either. So just into the room, gonna sort of tap my foot down a little.
So you gently kind of, sorry.
Go on.
So you gently tap your foot forward, moving slowly through the room. But no, it seems the floor is intact, even when you put your full weight on it.
So okay.
And you get over to the bedside. The form is clearly childlike, like an infant, swaddled up. But you can't see its face.
Excuse us?
You lean over the form.
I did not say that.
No, I
Sorry.
did.
Marion was like,
Marion leans over the form.
Okay,
Sorry, I
that's
was clear
better.
there.
That's better.
Yeah,
I was like,
apologies.
bullshit.
I apologize.
If anything,
Literally, Krista's nightmare has had this nightmare numerous times, so let's just live it.
live it. Live the dream. Or nightmare,
Anyway.
same thing.
The little form in the midst of it does not move. You see no evidence of breathing. You reach a meaty hand forward and gently kind of slide the little bonnet off of where the top of it would be.
Mm-hmm.
And below, you'll see the carved surface of a wooden doll.
Thank God. I'm gonna pull it back a little bit, sort of poke the face a couple of times.
It looks like solid wood.
Do you want me
It's
to
pretty
break
heavy.
it?
It's good craftsmanship.
I'm good at busting wood.
Why do you do this to me?
What? I practice breaking blocks all the time. You should see me around some bricks.
Much impressive.
Yeah.
I'll sit it up and maybe like pull some of the stuff off
Then
to see if
again,
it's out. Is it like a full doll or is it
With
just
the price
a,
of lumber
It's-
these days.
So it looks like a child's doll that someone has like kind of put clothing onto.
Interesting.
That doesn't quite fit the size of it, and then kind of like swaddled it up. The bed and the mattress look like they've seen a lot of wear and tear. You think something may have been sitting here a lot.
Is there anything else, like any pictures in the room?
Nope. Everything else is just one kind of like nesty, like little bound kind of glom of stuff, and that's about it.
Interesting. Perhaps we should go find the others.
Yeah, probably.
I'll walk out.
All right.
I'm sure I'm attached.
All right. So next up, we've got the southwest room. This room appears to be the master bedroom. A double bed sits beneath the windows along the far wall. A fireplace occupies one corner like every other room in this place, while a window looks out into the front yard. But other than that, it looks relatively undisturbed, other than the kind of the inevitable damage that 70 years can do. It's kind of old and kind of blustery, but you can see what looks to be some correspondence sitting on the top of the fireplace, along with what looks to be a book.
Seraph will take a look at those correspondence and books.
Sure. So you walk across the floorboards and you go over to it and you take a look at them. The correspondence looks to be a series of half-written letters that you'll find on the fireplace mantelpiece, beseeching other nearby settlements for aid. Among them is a completed letter addressed to the mayor of Marine. The letter is stuffed in an envelope and sealed shut with a bright red wax seal embossed with an ornate snowdrop blossom. Sticks of sealing wax in various colors, as well as quills, ink, and paper, are also tucked away up there, along with the journal of Mayor Lay Duzevin. Looking through the journal, you'll see that it chronicles the disaster of the mine and the village's anguish at so many victims. The mayor recounts the rescue efforts in the following days and how they had to stop the search due to fears of more cave-ins if they attempted to remove any more rubble, even with miners still missing. Hey, Marion's going to just kind of, if you kind of feel, because you still remember that echoing in the back of your mind.
Uh-huh.
She writes of villagers going missing in the night, of her helplessness, and of her stubbornly staying on, determined to find the missing villagers, while Tifra and their two children, Tavin and Nia, evacuated to Marine. The last few pages speak of the mayor's nightmares, of her creeping fear, and waking up in the night, soaked in sweat, and lingering screams echoing in her ears. As you read through it, you'll notice the quality of the penmanship and the wording is degrading steadily.
What is the two children's names again?
The two children's names are Tavin and Nia. Tavin is a male name in the local area, while Nia is female.
And Tifra, do we know who Tifra is?
Tifra looks like it's her wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Male,
The mayor's wife, right?
The mayor's wife, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. They're both female.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what about the books?
Sorry, that was the book that was there.
Oh, okay.
That was a
That
journal.
was that. It was a journal. Yeah. All right. That appears to be everything that's here. Yeah. Other than that, the bed's just kind of moldering, and it seems to be it seems undisturbed.
Find anything, Seraph?
Just some accounts of the mayor's wife. Looks like she made it out to Marine.
Didn't we come through Marine?
Yes, but you didn't spend too much time asking around.
Solid point.
Yeah, you're like talk to the barkeep, and you're like, well, off we go.
Off we
And
go.
you just left. Yeah. There was other stuff going on there.
Fair.
This is
We
the
had
way.
shit to do.
This is the way. All right.
There's
next
one
up,
more room,
we've-
right?
There's two more, but we'll go through these like really quick. One of them is just going to be looks like a guest bedroom, which looks almost entirely undisturbed. Like even before all this happened, it was barely ever used.
Yeah.
There's just not much going on in there. And then the last one looks to be the son's room, which has a chest of tall drawers made of dark wood. Farther into the room, a small desk sits between two windows with a large bed to the left of it. The sheets and blankets on the bed are rumpled. One moth-eaten pillow lies on the floor beside it, the other on the mattress where it belongs. The only thing really, looking around in here, all you'll really find is a stuffed toy of a bugbear, which looks like it's been picked apart by some rodents, but is kind of, it's still a cute little bugbear.
Oh,
Can I mend it and clean it with prestidigitation and mending?
Yeah, sure. You now have an old but still decently good quality bugbear toy.
Precious.
I'll say that if we go through Marine again, we can give this to him.
Sure.
Was there anything of Nia's that you found that perhaps we could bring to her?
There was a doll.
Seraph, you're a sweetheart. You know that.
Well, like, aren't they going to be like long gone? Hasn't this place
This
been
was
like
70 years ago. They're going to be in their 80s or 90s.
Yeah, if that.
Well, perhaps they have family worth grabbing. I'll go back to the other room and grab the doll.
Okay.
Put it in a
creepy
backpack.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, you collect the doll and you tuck it into the backpack.
And roll for initiative.
Yeah, exactly. It attacks
the
through the
doll,
backpack.
never the doll.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, it looks
There's
like
a
you cleared the
creepy
entire house.
doll.
Awesome.
That's
Should
the
we
house for you.
continue on after our prey?
Hopefully not prey, but
Our mark, I
Yeah.
suppose.
All
Krista
right.
doesn't know
Be off.
hunting terms.
All right, so
Quarry. After our quarry. I
There
got
you go.
there.
Is there anywhere else in the house to explore?
nope. It looks like you've covered every corner of it. If there is like the door underneath the stairs, but if you open up that one, it literally does go to the backyard. It's
Okay.
just a rear entrance.
how much does that chandelier look like it costs or worth?
Oh,
It's looting time.
probably like 10
This is the
gold.
way.
Yeah, it's
No,
it's
10
just hammered metal.
whole gold.
Marine,
Yeah.
can you? Kidding.
Kidding. But you know there are D&D groups that would do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And wait. James, you're telling me that there's copper piping? Yeah. Well, my rogue
pricing.
spends I'm going to roll I rolled an 18 to spend the next 30 hours stripping their plumbing.
I'm just imagining you like all doing like the walk away shot at the end of like an action movie, except you're kind of like bags of nails over your head, and the entire building's like.
I know. Do you know the price of lumber? Let's.
Yes.
That's a meme right now, in case you weren't aware,
man.
James.
I had
It
no
is.
idea.
As someone that
I
just
don't
purchased
meme.
lumber the other day, let me tell you.
It is
Yeah.
quite a meme.
Also, as someone
Nice.
who had to coordinate our electricians going out and rewiring the entirety of a golf course because the
Lord.
copper got stripped from their houses, from their
No.
places.
Because of a D&D party.
It's probably a D&D party.
It was just
obviously.
it was just a bunch of
man.
people. It was
Those
like
D&D players.
those
They're
damn
so troublesome.
rogues, man. Anyway,
Anyway, we're gonna follow the bug.
Sounds good. Okay, so you guys turn and head out of the house and turn towards the road, which clearly leads towards the platinum mine. And I think this might be a good place for us to basically take a short little break so we can empty our bladders, because I think that would be very appropriate now. And this is a great little cutoff point. So we'll go do that, and then we'll come back and have a little chat with the people, and then with the chat with the chatters, and then we'll go from there. Sound good? We'll finish this thing off.
sounds good. Let's finish it.
Cool.
See you in a few.
Bye.
All right. Talk to you
Don't
shortly.
go anywhere. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsor, us. Hi. It is back time. So hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Candlekeep.
Hello.
Deep and creeping darkness.
Guys, what should I play for Millie's game? Because Millie is going to be running a game, and I've got a couple of characters that I've still got creepy music playing. Hold on. This is not chat music. Sorry. Actually, maybe it is.
You
depending
want
on
it to be creepy.
see, my problem is I don't want to shave my beard off, but I want to do the costuming stuff, right? So I'm kind of limited. I can't play an elf because they don't really have beards.
See, you just have to get a bald cap and then cut it into pieces, and just.
This is
lay
my
it
last
over
resort?
top. Yes. You just have
Cut
to go
my
full
wig
Superman.
into pieces. Oh, yeah, I'll be a Kryptonian. They have the really fucked up lips, right?
Exactly.
Keep Rishley. Rishley is a sometimes food. Okay. Rishley is a sometimes. I've been thinking about like doing like an ASMR or a tiefling, but trying to think what would be best because I've got two characters in mind. One is a conquest paladin because I've never seen one in play, and I want to be kind of like
They're
do
very
that.
cool.
Fun. I was playing in a game with another friend's group of friends, and the character I was playing was we used conquest to like kind of emulate dragons, like with their aura of fear and that kind of stuff. And he was a paladin in the service of Bahamut. So that was a lot of fun. Like we just kept the mechanics all the same, and then just changed the fluff a little bit for it. And like the fear effects can be so much fun and nasty.
Nacro just said Minotaur, and I'm like, how am I gonna costume that, brah?
And just
Simic
horns.
hybrid. So that's your answer to everything.
I've got a helmet.
Cowbell.
See,
You're
you
a
know,
cowbell.
you play what my girlfriend's playing in the game I'm running for them and a few other people. A tiefling warlock whose patron is a fiend and their father.
Dad. That's well.
Exactly.
Did you see what Amy's character is?
I don't think.
So
Probably.
in our Curse of Strahd game, Strahd ended up marrying Amy's character from that,
Oh, right.
and then replaced her soul with someone else's soul, and just kept the body because it was hot.
Amazing.
And minorly evil, right? But like the body, not the action. But the one of the stipulations for the marriage was that Strahd would take care of her pre-existing daughter. So Amy is now playing Strahd's stepdaughter, who is a warlock with Strahd as a patron,
That's very good.
and is basically like, "Daddy,
That's
I
so
need my
funny.
allowance of eldritch magic."
That's what we did, and I built a mechanic where she can call her dad and get a forward on her allowance based on a charisma check.
So my
So
other
she gets extra spell slots if she really needs them.
Lord.
Oh, that's cool. That's nice. That's good. The daddy, please. Daddy,
Yeah,
please. I want him to die.
One of the beautiful things I love about this game is when groups just like completely change the fluff of like a mechanic or a spell to describe like something a bit different. Like you keep all the mechanics the same, but I had a goblin spore druid in one game with another group of friends. And,
Was it just like did you get athlete's foot and it just grew? Like how did?
Yeah, pretty much.
Really?
And like for Goodberry, I would most of the party refused at first to eat the good berries because they were actually literally just like he was scraping off mushrooms off that were growing on his back and handing them to him when he was casting the spell. And like,
And then like
flavored.
did you learn to speak other languages? Like
He just kept
click,
on
click.
he just let me like fluff all of the spells as something to do with like fungus and
Hold on.
Also, honey heist
fun, and-
cosplay. Yay!
Well, the thing I like about that is like it's, you're playing D&D and people are like, oh yeah, we don't have to eat for a day and we can actually heal if we eat these, and then the players are like, no, that grew off of you, absolutely not, and I'm just like,
And it'll grow on you.
Yeah, it was
Okay. So
Hey.
I received a Kickstarter in the mail today, guys. It finally showed up.
Oh yeah, that looks inviting.
Oh,
my
gosh.
Animal Adventures. And it's got all of the rules for how to play an awakened dog or cat. And if you're like, that's a stupid idea, first, you're wrong. And second off, the barbarian is wearing a cone.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Oh, what a good
Okay,
boy.
so hold on.
the cone of shame.
Yeah, so they basically like this is canon in our homebrew world officially. I'm sad that like I can't just like bring it in full stop. Hold on, I'll give you an example. Have you seen Stephen Strange the Dachshund?
Guys.
That is all I needed in
Or
my
this
life.
or the corgi that you can't see the Eldritch Flame because of my green screen. But the reason that people buy this book,
No.
dogs
Oh
and
my
hats.
god, what a good pupper.
And because I know there are some of you there that
Dog put on its robe and wizard hat.
Barbarian. Oh god. Blogg.
so and
no.
then cats as well.
Yes. Have you shown this to Bryn?
I will. I'm
Okay,
gonna run this for
because
Extra
they
Life,
will want this.
but it's probably not cheap. But I don't remember how much I paid for it. Probably a lot. But
We're
yeah,
asking
it's got.
where you got it.
I kickstarted it, so I don't know if they have it for sale. But I definitely need to do this because it's got that. That fresh off the printer smell that is repugnant but also beautiful. I love it.
I recently kickstarted for the 5e anime thing just to get
Did
the
you?
PDF. Well, they had a bender in there, and I'm always like, oh my gosh, Avatar!
yeah.
Yes,
You
please.
always wanna
like,
play
I want
those.
to play a bender, and I saw the ad for that, and I was just like, yes, but I know a while
He
ago
wants to
you
play
were
a
asking-
bloodbender, everybody. A bloodbender.
You gotta bend water first.
I think
can-
you know like a character in like 3 of my games, I think.
once. You only
No,
let me do it
more than that.
once. But yeah, we'll see how it is. But like I know Kelly, a while ago, you were asking me if I could find anything that had like a point-based generation, and it sounded like this might have a way to kind of like customize things, like with like points and buying things for like different classes or ancestries or races or whatever. And I was like, oh, this will be cool.
The Anime 5e
Plus
looks okay.
bending.
The only thing that I have a problem with it is that it's the same people who did Big Eye Small Mouth 5th edition. And they just recycled all of the art from 2nd and 3rd edition. And that really, like, I know that art is super expensive.
Yeah.
Like, it's super expensive, especially to get rights to put it in a book. Like, each one of those things is hundreds and hundreds of dollars, if not more than that. But man, just more new art. Come on, guys. Like, I backed Big Eye Small Mouth 4th. So I guess it was 2nd and 3rd they took it from, and it was like $100 plus shipping or something like that. And it's just like opening it and looking at art that I saw 10-15 years ago is just, it kind of hurts, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel it. Yeah, there's an official Avatar tabletop game, and there's an unofficial powered by the Apocalypse one called Legend of the Legend of the 4 Elements. That's actually really good. We ran it for Extra Life. Krista, you were in that.
Cool.
Yes, I was.
It was good. The costumes were good. what the hell was I gonna? Yeah, but like it looks interesting. I have a lot of Kickstarters, so I might just let you read through that, Chris, because I just
Well,
back.
it was like $25 for a PDF, so I was like, why not?
That's
Like,
not bad. It's not bad.
yeah. And if it does actually like make print after that, and I like it, then I'll buy a physical copy too, especially if it's usable.
Oh, they're definitely going to do print. I think it's one of the options.
You know, I think Solomon said that they were grabbing that one too.
Yeah. So, oh, that's what I was going to say real quick. So it looks like our stream boost is back up. So if anybody has like tons of points laying around, we're only 10,000 Dork points away. So add some points. Yeah,
I think I already did my max.
You got the DP.
If I could donate more, I would.
Well, come back tomorrow and donate. We're tomorrow's Reign of Emery's.
Oh, can you do it multiple times?
I think
like
it
just once
resets
per
every
day?
day, I believe.
Oh,
This one
yeah,
I
I put in mine.
Thank you, everyone that has donated
2 days
points.
left on this one. Yeah.
Thank you. And then,
Oh, Otheon, I like that guy.
He's okay.
he just kind of lurks in the chat. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it. How do you donate? How did you do that, James?
Oh, you just click on the like spend points thing like normal, and it's at the top of it.
Oh, okay, cool.
On the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, community challenge, 75% complete. Come on, guys, you can do it. All right, so shall we head back into game and beat some
Into a
stuff
deep
up?
and creeping darkness.
A deep and creeping darkness.
Oh, that's twice. Sorry, what was the adventure called again?
All right, knock it
Oh,
off.
pardon me.
I'm gonna burp. Stop.
Chris, you have a
All
bladder
right.
the size of a thimble. You sure you want to do this route? Or do you have a bottle under your desk?
Oh no.
I should.
You should. You should. You shouldn't.
All right.
You should.
Let's go hunting.
All right, so you guys are going. So returning to the township of Vermilion, you head back outside the house, and are easily able to find the tracks of whatever that thing was, and it looks like it was coming from the front door, and it's heading off to the northeast along that one road that down which you have not explored. I guess you didn't explore down the other road, but this is the one that actually goes, like, it clearly has signs nearby saying, platinum mine that way, for any wanderers who might be confused. And you head off towards the mine. All right, so heading off to the northeast, you'll probably travel for a goodly distance before you come over a small little ridge, and before you will see a gaping hole in the mountainside, which marks the entrance to the platinum mine. Several carts sit outside the gaping cavern in the ground, and while nearby you can see what looks to be a collapsed building. Which looks like like the crumpled beams and scattered thatch of one of the few structures that did not manage to survive. It looked like it might have been some sort of office or house or combination of both. As I said before, there are going to be some mine carts sitting around the entrance. It looks like they're mostly of the kind of wheeled variety. They don't have actual like rail carts in here. But it looks like the slope has been chiseled out to give it a kind of a smoothness going down. With the daylight overhead, you can see the light will kind of go inside for about the first 30 feet of the mine, lighting it dimly. But beyond that is completely cast in darkness.
I'm gonna gather everyone around. It's like
yeah, okay. Well, here, but just before you do that, looks like the cart wheels have carved shallow ruts in the dirt floor leading towards the back of the mine. And yeah, I think that okay. Yeah, now you're good to go. I'm just making sure I got everything delivered to you.
Come on, everyone, get closer.
Okay.
All right, and I'll just put my head down and do a short little prayer, and then give everyone dark vision to 300 feet.
All right.
Fabulous.
Your divine invocation plays out, and each of you will feel your eyes blessed with extended vision, and you turn towards the gaping mine. Do you guys want to go straight on in, or are you looking around at all?
Is this where the tracks go?
Yes, the tracks
go right
appear
into it.
They appear to head right into the mine. Yeah.
Cool.
Let's check out the ruins of the building.
Yeah, take a brief look over there.
Just a quick little look over there.
Sure. So heading over to the building, you'll see it's a little bigger than the houses that you saw before, except it looks like might have once had a workshop on the side of it. But the supports have long since given way, and the whole thing has largely collapsed. Can you guys, anyone who's poking around, give me an investigation check?
I will assist Marion.
Okay.
So
I'll roll flat.
Would you have disadvantage?
Yeah, because I'm exhausted.
Oh God!
You gonna help me?
I already said I was helping Marion.
okay.
If, I was gonna say I rolled really well.
Okay.
One.
But next time I'll help you. She can just deal.
16.
All right.
I got 16.
Hell
All
yeah.
right. And sorry, what did you get there, Rogan? 1. Okay.
At 1, so 2, but not 1.
All right. So you guys are going to start looking around the wreckage. You can see like chunks of like what must have been cabinetry and the like all over the place. But it's Rogan who is going to make the critical discovery when he's trudging along, and suddenly some of the boards and debris underneath of him are going to not kind of fizzle or anything like that, like shadow work or anything like that, but simply quite conventionally and quite naturally collapse. Just a and he's gonna go falling through the floor. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall about 15 feet. And I need you to roll me a luck check for me. Now, a luck check for me is just roll a d20 and tell me what it is, and you can tell me if you're lucky or unlucky. If you're
Hi.
you say 9, but you're lucky, unlucky.
19.
19. Okay,
I said hi. So
okay, hi. My apologies. So you're going to, as you slam down into the ground, you're going to hear a wailing shriek beside you of an animalistic nature, and something in the dark off to your right is going to squeak like sizably. And this is not just like a rat or anything like that. It's something substantial, and it's going to go shuffling off into the back, and there's going to be a crashing sound as it knocks over some boxes.
Seraph is gonna rush over and try to drop his rope.
Sure. So you run over to the side and throw down a rope. And
I'll join him and sort of wrap.
Sure. And you guys, so it's only you're about maybe like 15 feet down, or sorry, about 10 feet down. It's not that far. But you can hear this like squeaking sound in the background. Marion, can you give me a survival check?
Sure. At disadvantage?
It's I suppose you're tired.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. 9.
9. Well, fortunately, that's still adequate to kind of pick up what that sound was. That sound that you're hearing down there is quite clearly the sound of a porcupine.
Oh no! Did
porcupine?
It's a porcupine.
Did you get stuck, Rogan? Any spines in you?
I think I found something. Wait, what did I find? What's down here?
Stop needling around and tell us what you found.
All right, so you've got your dark vision on, so you're able to look around, and as you peer off in the darkness, you can see there's a shuffling shape over the other side, and you'll see it knock over another box, and as the box falls over, you'll see some hay kind of like spill out of it, and then you'll see what looks to be almost like beef jerky sitting amongst the debris. Much of it looks like it's been heavily chewed upon.
I found some jerky. I don't think it's any good.
Like, wait, hold on. Can you throw it up? I can tell you what it is.
There's something down here, and I don't.
If you toss it up here, I'll be the one throwing up.
Well,
I think
we
it's just a
shouldn't-
porcupine.
Is that what that thing is?
That's what it sounded like. It might be a were-porcupine, I suppose.
You hear some snuffling in the dark, and you will actually kind of shuffle out into the light, and you'll certainly see it's about a porcupine about this big, just covered in quills. It's looking over at you, looking real pissed.
They're chunky boys.
I don't think Rogan's ever seen a porcupine before.
Okay.
And so he's probably like, a were-porcupine? What the hell is a... Ugh. Okay,
What
and
does
he'll
it
just
look
put a
like?
shield between him and it. Just like,
All right.
is it dangerous? It looks spiky.
It's only dangerous if you don't get its point. Or I guess if you do get its point.
I think it's pissed.
You probably
Can it be
fell
pissed?
on
It
it.
looks pissed.
Grab Seraph's rope. We'll pull you up.
So you
Is
see the
there anything
porcupine.
else just from a...
You'll see the porcupine kind of like make a beeline over to what looks to be like a little like trenchy kind of spot that went up, but it looks like some of the debris you knocked down kind of took it out, and it's kind of like starting to scratch its way out and trying to like nuzzle its way out. No, it looks like just these like scattered boxes in the beef jerky that's kind of like rolling around.
There's some other boxes down here. Do we want to check them out?
Are there any other exits to this room?
I don't think so. James, are there
It's
any
just
other
where the
exits to this
porcupine went?
room?
It looks like there was a ladder, but you kind of took it out as you came down. It looks like it was rotted through.
So this is like
Nope.
a cold cellar, basically.
Yeah, it's a cold cellar. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, come up for now. Well, maybe, Rishley, do you
Okay.
want to go down there?
Yeah, sure. All right, I'm gonna jump down.
Sure. So you jump down and you land amongst the boxes.
Careful for the spiky thing. I'll point at the porcupine.
The thing is still trying to like crawl out of the hole. It keeps falling
Butt
back.
wiggling.
Oh, hey, buddy. Do you want a hand? Come here. It's okay. I'll try to charm the porcupine.
All right.
That's a 12.
All right. So it's gonna as you kind of move your way over to it, it's gonna retreat from the hole and kind of go back between the boxes. It's gonna sort of like back its butt up into the corner, and you'll see it's like all the bristles come out.
Oh wow, that's you got more quills there than a writing shop. Okay.
How deep is this hole?
About 10 feet.
Hey, Marion, can you tell it that I'm gonna be nice to it and help it out of the hole?
If I like lay down on my stomach and like tilt my head down, can I see it?
Sure. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're peering out there. You got dark vision. Yeah, you can see this thing.
Yeah. So I don't actually speak animal in any
Okay.
way,
That's
but
fine.
I do get advantage on like charisma checks against animals. So can I count
Sure.
this as animal handling?
Yeah, you'll just be at normal because you're tired.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Richly, can you give me a perception check?
Yes, I can with a 16. I mean,
Nice. The one thing you know is food. The one thing you know is not beef jerky, is this stuff that's lying scattered around the floors.
oh yeah. Did you eat any of that?
No.
So anyway, you're Marion, you're trying to like get the thing's
19.
attention. 19. So the thing's gonna it's kind of peering up at you. You'll probably have to go down in the hole if you're really gonna kind of do like it's looking at you. You're like
Hey, buddy, 1 second.
It's not dangerous, is it?
I mean, it's only dangerous if you ate its poop.
I won't do that.
Is there anywhere I can tie
Good to
a
know.
rope to?
And I'm gonna try and
yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can rig a rope. Doesn't take too long.
climb up Seraph's rope.
Anyway,
Get away.
Okay, you're climbing up the rope. Okay, so you go up Seraph's rope and you get out of the hole.
Cool. I'll get Seraph to help me tie off the rope,
Sure.
or Ennui, whoever's better at tying. I don't know. I'll tie off the rope, and then I can just kind of like lower myself down because I'm about 8 foot. So I figure,
Yeah,
a 2 foot drop.
you knock down some more stuff as you go, so some like pieces like kind of fall down as you kind of get your feet down there.
I'll hunker
and,
down at the porcupine and be like, "Hey, buddy, do you need a handout?"
it's gonna kind of look at you. You see, it's like its little jaws are just kind of like, you'll see like little flecks of stuff are kind of like scattered all across the surface of it, and it looks like it's been mowing down. You can like sawdust and like little flecks of paper.
Okay, it's been like digging through these boxes.
So glancing down at the kind of things around your feet, you're kind of like, you'll kind of see these kind of beef jerky kind of like things like lying around you, and they kind of smell a little sweet. And you can actually, as you're close enough to it, you can actually you can smell some sweetness coming off of this thing's breath.
Oh, Rishley, what's this? I'll pick one up.
Sure. It's like old and moldy. But well, it smells chemically.
Interesting.
What is it though? Do we know?
Yeah. Do we have any way to?
So roll me. Does anyone have? I guess Arcana would probably be this. It's kind of alchemical stuff.
I have a 12.
Guano.
Bad guano.
Needed for fireballs.
All right.
12. I have -1 to Arcana, so.
Sure. Okay. So 12. No, I don't think you're really familiar with what this is.
Nice.
Interesting.
All right.
I'll kind of investigate. I'll take a closer look at the porcupine to make sure he's not doing weird things if he's been eating this stuff.
No, he seems okay.
Okay.
It looked like the entrance looks like it's well used. It's probably been coming and going quite a bit.
Okay. Is he so is there stuff in the way of his hole?
No, I guess kind of got caved in a little bit. You could probably like prop up a piece of wood to give him access if you wanted.
Perfect. I'll do that.
All right. So and you put up some fallen wood, and he's finally like, he'll come scratching up, and then he'll get through the hole, and if you're on the top, you'll actually see this porcupine emerge from the wreckage and just kind of like go running across the mining area.
Yes, doing a waddle like a beaver.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Looks like we're good. Here, Rishley, I'll toss you up.
Oh, okay.
I'll do like a.
Oh yeah.
Try and help him up.
Assisted athletics.
I mean, yeah, sure.
It won't be a problem. You guys can get out of there eventually. It's just going to be
with the assistance. That's a
minute or two of
26.
wrestling.
Hell yes.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Perfect 10-point landing. 9 from the Russian judge.
All right. So you emerge onto the surface, and you guys are standing around the wreckage of the house.
I'll have kept a little piece on this thing.
Sure.
Hey, Ennui, is this like Elvish or anything?
I don't think so.
What about you guys? Recognize this? It smells very sweet.
Did I roll Arcana on it?
Yeah, totally.
Always halfling toss.
I will Tides of Chaos. So, anytime after this,
Okay.
I'll get advantage on it. I believe on ability check saving throw. Yep.
Okay.
But anytime after this, you can call for me to roll a d20 to see if my wild magic surge happens or not, and that's when my Tides of Chaos gets returned to me, and I can use it again. So you can tell me right now to roll a d20 to see if I surge or not.
You can wait until it's inconvenient for us.
No, I'll wait. I'll save it.
Okay.
I'll save it. Yeah.
It's only 1 in 20 chance for it to happen, James. You may as well do it all the time.
I got a 14.
14. So looking this thing over, you're kind of like, and then then you kind of seem to remember remember back in Aflac.
Aflac.
Yeah, Aflac. Back at the city of Coin. Back at the city of Coin, you remember seeing a dwarven stall there that was selling alchemical reagents used in mining, and one of them was blasting sticks. And you remember that smell.
I think these things were used to cause great amounts of destruction and for them to clear the rocks here. keep fire away from it.
If they were having trouble clearing the rubble, do you think this might be something we could use?
Probably. Just be careful with it if you're carrying it.
You, Seraph, you probably think that these things are incredibly unstable. Like, the dwarves nearby were like, don't shake them. And these things are old and moldy, and you just had a porcupine eating them.
Oh god, that porcupine.
He's gonna blow.
Yeah. It's gonna have a really bad tummy ache.
Oh, porcupine.
Rogan, you are so lucky you didn't fall on the porcupine.
That would have
Worst
been like
landmine ever.
How many are there?
It looks like there's a couple of boxes down there that, but they are, they're like so many of the sticks are kind of like half melted. They're so old. You probably don't think it's a good idea to use them. Because even moving the boxes around
we
would
could weaponize
explode.
the porcupine.
Oh, not
Is
the
it still here? I think it
porcupine.
ran away.
He runned away.
Just
turn it
asking.
into a
Is
porcupine.
that what you were implying, James?
Was there a trail of droppings that are perhaps flammable?
No, God.
It brings a whole new meaning to boom boom.
Anyway,
should
where
probably
would you guys
leave
like
that.
to go now?
Leave that behind.
Let's go to the mine.
All right.
Oh, so tempting to just toss it into the hole.
You
Right?
just see the quills.
Yeah.
I won't. I'll kind of like wrap it in a cloth and like set it down in a corner of the broken down building.
Sure.
Guess we should probably go into the mine now.
Agreed.
All right. So let's go and adventure into the platinum mine. All right. So you guys head down the main shaft. The main shaft slowly spins deeper and deeper into the dark, and it is a wet mine. The walls have been clearly heavily carved out with hand tools, following the seam in kind of a lazy spiral heading downwards. It's probably about 100 feet into the dark that you have to travel, and as you're going down, you're going to start noticing that the darkness is going to start creeping in. You're going to feel that same suppression that you experienced before begin to creep in on the edge of your vision. One of those things is close. And so it is, and I think I just need to do... Oh, I should have...
Marion, uncharacteristically, is a little nervous.
Yep, fair enough. So yeah, but you guys... Oh, I'm screwing things up here. I want to go that one. There we go. Oh, sorry guys, I am just screwed up something, so I'm just trying to do stuff quick here. Anyway, I didn't... Oh, sorry. Sorry, I lost myself now. Anyway, you guys are going to find yourself, eventually get to where it looks to be like the bottom of the seam where, oh, actually, you know what, Kelly? I think I did. Sorry, Kelly just asked me if I did a music adjustment in the background. I think I accidentally did. I'm sorry.
Okay, I've got it fixed again. It's like all
Awesome.
my music,
Sorry
all
about
my
that,
music playlist vanished.
Yeah, I think I was experimenting with stuff, and then you said you were going to take care of that part of it for us, and then I forgot to go and turn that off. So that's my bad. I apologize. And yes, if you don't have vision, I'm just adjusting something right here.
So, a porcupine, you said?
A porcupine.
They are they're quite large, as you saw, and can be a little aggressive, but
It looked like a spiky raccoon.
Yeah, that kind of covers it. They're kind of like a spiky raccoon.
More like
Raccoons
a spiky
can be vicious.
badger.
A badger. I've never seen a badger either.
No, they're very grumpy, especially in the mornings.
There you go. I just added them for you, James.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
If you're just using, you can just copy paste, by the way, and it keeps all the permissions, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but I was having trouble selecting multiple ones of them, so I was trying to do it.
Oh, fair.
Otherwise, I would have grabbed everyone at once. I was trying to do it one at a time. So,
All
right,
we should try and make sure that we stay together.
all right.
Agreed.
So, anyway, ahead of you, you guys will see the passageway begin to split into two directions. The passageway appears to head off towards the northeast, and then there's another smaller passageway cutting back to the right, and disappearing around a sharp corner, as clearly they must have found some other direction to start carving. And then to the north, and to the north of you can see the north, as you follow along that northwest passage. Sorry, looking towards that northeast passage. Sorry, it looks like there is another hole in the wall on the northern side. All the ground here looks, as I said, well chipped and worked by hand. This is people carving the rock in order to pull out the precious ore. And how would you guys like to proceed? The closest cut off from the main passageway is to the right. Otherwise, it kind of continues straight forward.
I'll just continue
Rogan
slowly at a
will-
walking pace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
done the main.
Rogan will try and keep up there with Seraph and come towards as close as he can between the two different directions before waiting for the rest of the party and figuring out where they want to go.
All right. So you advance as a group, and you come to that break point. You can see the passageway twists off to the south if you want to follow that one. While ahead of you, if you continue on this passageway, now that you've kind of gotten a little bit deeper and you can see a little bit farther, you can see what looks to be a sizable amount of fallen rock, continuing directly to the northeast. There's
Seraph
a passage. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yep. Oh no, go ahead, Sarf. Go ahead.
Seraph will walk down the right side path, and he'll look back behind to make sure that everyone is following, or they're saying that they prefer to keep going straight.
All right.
I'll be at the back of the party, but following along.
Yeah, Rogan will try to be as close to beside whoever's at front as possible.
Okay.
So if Seraph is leading the way, he'll be right on his toes.
Sure. So as you guys start moving down that passageway, you're going to get there's going to be a strong acidic smell in the air. It's going to be quite rank. And as you're walking along, you can hear the fluttering of things above you as you look up into the kind of the rafters of the mine. You will see what look to be dozens of thick gray-haired bats hanging from the roof above you. While on the ground there is there are you can see crawling insects and crawling through the muck and feeding on the guano below. The
Scan
bats.
the area. Anything of interest?
So coming around the corner, you'll see that there's a little bit of a. So it looks. But coming around that corner, you'll see that there is a. You'll see there are quite a number of tools. Many of them look like they were just kind of abandoned where they were dropped. Probably in the mine disaster, you imagine. People just kind of dropped their stuff and ran for it, and you can see the scattering of supplies as people must have scrambled their way out. Some of these must have been
old and unusable.
Oh yeah, under these conditions, some of them are even melted into the ground as as stalagmites are kind of growing over the surface of them. But above you, you can see there's more of those bats, and there's lots of them in there now.
Okay.
They continue to eye you darkly.
I'll after scanning the room and not finding much, I'll return back to the main path.
All right.
I'll follow along.
Agreed.
All right.
Where can we go from here now?
Just
Down
to
the
the
main
main-
path,
Just the main path.
We're heading
Okay.
to the north.
the northeast. Yeah.
Yeah, heading to the northeast, and you'll see a passageway twisting off to the left, and then and straight ahead of you, right down over here, you will see that there is a massive pile of rock. It looks like this was probably the major path towards the deeper parts of the mine, but it is completely jammed up with stuff. Like it would take you months of work to get through there.
I'll go down the left path first.
Sure, and there also looks like there is like a little bit of some other little passageway over here too. All right, so heading down that way.
I don't like this.
Yeah, it's pretty
Stay
claustrophobic
close.
in here.
Yeah, it's getting pretty claustrophobic. As you kind of move down this one,
I
you'll
think
see that
it's
this
kind of
tunnel
roomy.
winds back towards the entrance, and as you're kind of going along, you'll see that there are kind of odd divots in the walls, like people have kind of carved out kind of basketball-sized kind of alcoves as they kind of went along all the way along this passageway. More bats will kind of be hanging in the ceiling, looking down.
I'm gonna take a look at the divots. Can I discern what they're used for?
Sure. Looking closely at them, it looks like they're probably targeted. They probably found some particularly kind of rich spots of ore, and they probably bored them out.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Seraph,
The entire southern wall is carved like that.
Seraph,
Yes.
before you since you're leading away, just let me just pray over you for a moment, and I'm going to use Vigilant Blessing and transfer my advantage on initiative checks over to Seraph.
Okay. Thank you. Now, as I'm walking, I'll mutter some words that no one can understand, and I'll just whisper guidance to myself.
All right.
I'm keeping track of like where we're going so that unless there's a cave in, I should be able to find our way back, no matter how many twists and turns we go.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So you come around the corner there, Rogan, and looking out, you'll see that there is nothing here. When you come around this bottom, it looks like another empty chamber, more discarded tools hanging around.
Are there any footprints of these creatures we were following?
Not down here. It's solid stone. Nothing leaves footprints down here.
I wasn't sure if there was dust or something.
Yeah.
I'll ritually cast Detect Magic as I continue to walk.
All right. So looking around this chamber, you sit down and you start beginning your casting. Blogg, I am. You're going to hear just for a moment. You're going to hear a from behind you, and I'm going to something's going to come out of the wall and come out swinging at you.
All right, I am immune to surprise while I'm conscious.
All right, then you will be able to react. Your vision, your god rights will kind of speak to the back of your mind, and your eye will snap to the side as the wall simply turns into mist, and one of these things, and one of these things is going to, and one of the creatures is going to come erupting out of it, and I am going to, I guess we're rolling straight up for initiative, but you and I will be able to act in the first round, and then everyone can come in on the second.
Well, that was a nat 20,
You and your nat 20.
which turns into a 25.
I bet they didn't have a porcupine kill.
All right. Whoops, that's not right. So if you guys can dump those in the Zoom chat for easy monitoring, that would be lovely. What have I done here?
Yeah.
Where's my thing?
Can't if my chair will
There.
let go of my sleeve.
There we go.
Not that it helped me much.
All right, there we go. That's the precious stuff I need right there. And then there's a lot of windows. I'm glad I have 2 monitors. This makes this life so much easier.
Mhm.
You're not even running. You're not even running OBS.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. So anyway, so this thing's going to erupt outwards. Where's my chat window so I can take a look here? All right, and I think it's going to be you and me for the first round there, Rogan, and then after that, everyone can pile in like normal. So I'm going to get initiative on you. So I am going to basically try to bring down both my claws onto your back, because that's the best place to stab at you. However, I don't think that's going to be effective. I am going to come down with how much is the bonus on these sides? Yeah, okay. I'm going to come down with 15, which I don't think is going to get through your armor. So there's going to be a savage clang as these things two blows are going to land on the armor plating, and you'll feel the armor kind of crunch underneath them, but hold up under the blow. That's it for my turn. Rogan, you're up.
So I'm going to turn around and after getting like hit by whatever this is, what is it? Is it one of those mistlocks?
Yes, it is another mist lock, but this one is looks like it's bigger and sturdier than the other one that you saw before. This one is dressed in what looks to be like tattered green cloth, and your eye will catch the gleam of something on its finger as it on its human finger as you see its hands kind of play out in kind of tense excitement while its big weapon arms go to work, and you'll see more of that stuff bubbling across the surface of its fingers.
Okay, it's right in front of me.
Yeah, it's melee range.
So, I'm going to shout out for everyone else.
Sure.
And I'm going to dodge.
All right.
It's over here!
All right.
Oofda.
Nope. I'm just dodge.
Yeah.
As much
All
noise
right.
as possibly can.
Yep, that won't be a problem. So we're at the top of the order. I think it's Rishley.
So how far am I away from this thing? So I'm like around the corner. So like what, like 50, 60 feet away or something like that?
Yep, think so, yeah.
I will go running, which means that I will be able to move 70 feet that direction if I double move.
That'll be enough to get to it. Yeah, you're actually right behind it. It's only 65 feet away.
Okay, and it's another one of these creatures like the one we fought last night?
Yes, this one has a slightly different look to it. It's definitely like a different individual, but same basic body plan as the other one. But yeah, you can see like the tatters of what looks to me must have been a dress at some point hanging over it.
Okay, I am going, or Rishley's going to rush up and can't do terribly much, but what he can do is stand right next to it, and I just got to check one minor thing. Move through. Yeah, basically he's going to rush through and put himself like right next to Rogan.
All right, now it was now that's kind of passing through its space. Does it?
I can do that. Halfling.
Okay, and I can't do attacks of opportunity against you.
Nope. Attacks of opportunity only when you leave range.
Oh, okay.
It's the inverse. It's the inverse of what Pathfinder is, which is why I constantly get freaked out in games because like
go for it. Yeah, you can.
That's literally all I'm gonna do. Just kind of rush in front of it, kind of like run between its legs and be like, are you okay?
All right.
That's what I got.
Next up is who's up next here?
I think I am.
All right, go for it.
Okay, Seraph will cast Hex on it. Disadvantage on... Let's do... Dexterity checks.
Okay.
And Eldritch Blast.
All right.
James, I sent you a message in the Zoom thing.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I'll see what I can do about that.
Oh,
Sorry
okay,
about
one
that.
sec. It might be me.
That is a 17. For
All right, so that
6
will.
force
Okay, that'll hit him.
and
Yes,
6 force and
actually.
5 necrotic. Total of 11.
All right, so your caustic beam of energy. So you'll you raise your hand. A caustic beam of energy will arc towards the creature and slam into its shoulder. The armor plating of the thing appears to hold fairly well, but you do see like the simmering burn of your necrotic energies impact it.
I'm also going to knock it back 10 feet.
All right.
I'm going to use my reaction to punch it then.
It doesn't use its movement, so there's no attack.
Is there not just from it leaving my range?
Only if he uses his movement to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't count if someone else moves him.
Darn.
All right.
Yeah, I wish.
Darn.
All right. So I guess that is okay. Cool. So I get blasted by. I'm hurt. So I got hurt some. Who's up next? We've got that's Seraph. Then we're down to Krista
Hey.
with Marion.
I'm gonna come around the corner and
Okay.
see what's up.
So you should be able to control yourself.
Yeah.
You can get to.
Yeah, I'll. I don't know how far I can really get.
You
here.
were.
Can I get?
You were,
I don't think I can get to them. So I'll just do a double move and then be prepared if it tries to like run on past us.
okay. Sounds good to me.
That's my turn.
All right, and then ennui.
Can I try to put an arrow into it?
If you let's see here, you're positioned right there, as far as I understand it. Now, like that's where I had you right there. Now, would you have actually been farther up than that, or would that be kind of like roughly where you would be?
I'm not sure. I'm not using the map, so.
I think we did say
Oh.
that we would keep close.
Okay.
You
So,
were,
yes.
yeah, you're probably near
Yes,
me because you were ahead of
most-
me.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, you can definitely shoot at it. That won't be a
Okay.
problem.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's 19.
19. That'll hit it.
Perfect. Doing just rolled a 1, so 6 points damage.
All right. So, your arrow is going to slam into it, with making a kind of a savage chunk noise as it, as you bury your arrow into one of its armor plates, and the thing will just kind of stumble back. You'll hear another kind of crooning thune, kind of similar to what's going on before, but with a bit more of a kind of an angry sense to the to the communication. Cool. Well, I'm starting to get beaten up pretty well here. All right. After that, it goes top of the order, which now puts us back to Rishley, I guess.
All right, Richley's gonna rush up and go whip out.
No, because the guy and Brogan haven't
Oh,
gone yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
only went in the surprise round. They haven't gone.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
you're right.
surprise
You're right. Yeah, we got to finish our two. So I go
Okay.
first then. In which case, I'm sorry, Kelly. I am going to look at this situation and nope the hell out of here. I am going to. So I'm going to just bamf, and there's going to be a sudden kind of flash of black mist, and it's going to disappear. And you're not going to be sure where it went. Just, and it's gone.
Sorry, guys. I very much didn't. We have homework.
So out of combat now?
You're out of combat. Yep.
Stay away from the walls. Seems like they can step right through them.
So you can see what it looks to be like. So Rogan, in that corner where you were, it looks like there was a bit of an alcove that just looks like a natural formation, and it looked like it kind of shaped its shadow across the front of it, and was basically just waiting behind it.
I'll go investigate a little bit more around here just to see if it left anything.
How are we gonna stay away from the walls? We're inside of a mine.
Just be more aware of them.
You're
Just
muted there, Blogg.
mind our own business.
In so many words, yes.
Chris, you there? Nope. Did you mute yourself in Zoom?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
There you go.
Sorry. Yeah, we'll just stay close. We still got to get through this, but we'll just stay close.
Cool. I'll be back in 1 sec.
Anything at the in this room here?
At the far end, no. You'll just find some more discarded gear. You can see the weapons and stuff. It's not weapons, but like more discarded mining equipment. Pretty much rusted into nothingness and sitting in little puddles on the ground.
Okay, as I start walking back to the main hall, I'm going to put a hand out against the wall.
Okay.
And I'm going to, from my hand, using prestidigitation, mark the wall with a color ahead of me, 10 feet.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
once it gets to a creature, it should stop working.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just basically like do a 10-foot in front of me as I'm like basically spray painting the wall in front of me with magic.
All right.
I'm going to redo the Vigilant Blessing on Seraph so that he has advantage on his next initiative check.
All right. So yeah, you're marking along the wall. Yeah, the marks appear to be going uninterrupted.
Okay. And I'll just keep doing this as I'm walking past.
All right. So you guys will make it back to the main entrance without seemingly any emergent creatures or anything like that.
Okay.
And
The main
you guys-
entrance, or did you say that
Oh, sorry.
there was a...
Not the main entrance. The
side?
main shaft. The main shaft.
Got it.
Yeah. So next up, you guys can see that there is like a broken out. So now up ahead of you, you're going to see something that looks a little bit different. It's straight ahead of you. You see that there is a massive amount of fallen rock, just debris and wreck, and clearly that was the kind of the line where they couldn't excavate anymore. And just to the right of you, though, you see another outcropping in the rock. This one, however, strikes you differently. Let's
We
see
get
here.
struck by the side of the shaft? No.
Not quite. All right. So the tunnel to your right is almost perfectly circular. But as you look at it, you'll notice that black moss covers the entrance that runs smoothly into this passageway beyond, and you can see the moss covers everything as far as the eye can see. Within this tunnel, there are several small branches. There are several small branches, all of them covered with this same black moss. Unlike before, the tunnel does not look carved. This looks natural, as smooth as any cave could be. But you're clearly in a carved section. It doesn't look like they broke into it. It looks like this thing is just kind of intersects this place. Any of you can do Knowledge Arcana on this.
Sure.
Or Nature, actually.
I can't guidance myself because I'm concentrating on Hex.
Okay.
But I got a 18.
18. This is clearly was not worked by hand, claw, or tool, but rather this looks like this cave that you're looking into was formed by some sort of magic or other strange effect. Looking at it, you're almost certain that this must be the work of. You're thinking this must be the work of the Mistlocks, perhaps. But it looks like it melded clean into the wall.
And does my spray painting still work on this moss?
Well, if you want to touch the moss, do
I
inform
can do
me
it
if
from
you
10
want to touch.
I can do it from 10 feet away.
Oh, okay. The moss will partially kind of start overgrowing it. You think it's probably not going to last very long.
Oh,
Like
it's
the
growing that
moss is going to
fast?
actually is going to start shifting and kind of like you'll see actually like the colors start to like sink into it. Everything here is kind of black and kind of almost like partially kind of misty with that black energy.
Do I know anything about this this moss? Perhaps if it's dangerous or?
I don't think you've ever seen anything like this before. Because I don't think you have you have no experience with mist locks or mean locks, as far as I know.
Okay.
I don't.
We
think
call
you
this
would have-
moss Vanta moss.
No.
That's a good term for it. Vantamoss. It's Vantamoss. It's almost imperceptible to see.
It's Moss 3.0.
We looks like we have a lot of choices. Do we take the left side or the right side?
What's the trick for going through caves? You always pick one
Choose a
side and
side,
stick
yeah.
with it.
You always
Yeah.
hold the right.
You'll eventually find everything.
I'll
Except the middle.
To the left.
Yeah, unless you have a
Left.
cleverly designed maze, you can
Or
make booby traps
right.
for that.
Right, if
Yeah.
you want right, I'll follow your lead.
agreed.
Or we can just go down the middle.
If we just go down the middle, something might get us from the sides, Rishley. It's okay. Pat his head.
All right, so try to advance. You guys slowly begin to advance through the tunnels, following along, and I'm assuming Rishley is basically glued to Marion.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and you guys begin creeping along. So the tunnel themselves are. Let me just double check this here. Just double checking something here. Okay. So you guys are creeping along, and yeah, you'll see this alcove on your just to the northwest of you. Sorry, the northeast of you. And you'll see what almost appears to be kind of like a little bedding ground here. Rocks and such like that have kind of been brushed together. You'll see some ragged, it looks like different sets of clothing have been kind of layered down to make kind of a makeshift mattress. And you'll see what looks to be a set of mining tools kind of propped up against the wall. But these ones are in better condition than the other ones.
Like, what do you think is going on here?
I'm gonna feel around the walls a little bit.
Sure. So you feel around the walls. They seem real enough, although the moss seems soft and cold under your fingers, but also slightly sticky. It almost kind of reaches out and kind of grasps onto you. You're able to kind of pull it free, but it's kind of almost kind of like almost kind of leech-like, where it kind of, your fingers will kind of come free of it.
Kind of like if it's Velcro and you're wearing cotton. Like
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
hard to pull, but it tugs.
It wants.
Okay.
It
Interesting.
wants. The walls are, yeah. But yeah, you just find this little nesty alcove. You'll find kind of in one corner you'll find like a crumpled leather cloak, the mining tools.
Is there like a pick?
Yeah, there is a pick there. Yeah,
I'll take one just in case we'll need it.
sure.
Fair.
You'll also find what looks to be like a spool of string.
I'll take that as well.
Sure, you pick
Does it
it
look
up.
like a string or maybe like a wick?
Well, when you actually kind of handle it in your fingers, it looks like kind of like a blackish string, but as you kind of touch it, it comes on like there's almost like a chalk-like material kind of comes off on your fingers.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, so you take that and you, I should say that's kind of like almost like a charcoal, I should say. Yeah, you take it and you tuck it into your pack.
Continue on.
Continue down the thing.
Looks like
All
this
right.
way, and I'll point to my right. I'll say this way leads back to the main hall. It looks like the main path.
Okay. Oh.
All right. So as you guys step forward, Okay, hold on, guys. So
Yep.
slow down, guys.
Stop moving.
So as you guys step forward, sorry, Seraph, you're going to see the passage ahead of you. You're going to see it like the walls kind of go, and they're going to kind of smokily close up in front of you and seal into a solid wall.
Right in front of me.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna put my
that is
hand on
sealed
it.
off. You put your hand on it. It is the same kind of Velcro-y like mossy material, and you can feel the cold stone underneath.
I'm going to take the pick and swing at it.
All right. So you, the pick will slam into it, and and just for a moment it'll hold back, and then it will almost shatter like porcelain for a moment before the entire thing just kind of vanishes. And as it does, I'm going to have some people erupt out of the walls.
Not
I
so
wanted
nice.
you to stall there for just a moment while I took advantage of that situation.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Stand by for just a moment.
Initiative.
Yep, I'm going to have one come out right there. And I'm going to have one come out.
My players like to troll me by calling it rolling for
Are you
initiation.
really?
Oh God, I hate them. No.
I did it again.
Remember, you have advantage, Seraph.
Oh, thanks.
Nat 20.
Oh, wow. Advantage really helps. Got a 4 and a 5.
Oh wow, that could have been lower though.
Oh,
Could have been.
Okay.
So that's a 7 total.
All right. So
I tried.
Thank you. Thank you.
let me
It's
get
all my
mine in.
fault. Dice, you are so pretty, but gotta roll better.
All right. So let's see. I think we're going to be so I think so. My guys are going to be erupting out, and we're going to close the range. One of them is going to be basically come out swinging at Rishley, and the other one is going to go after Ennui from behind.
Do you want me to roll for Tides of Chaos?
Yeah, that sounds like a great time to do that.
Do it.
Oh, it's opposite of the things that I needed.
Oh, dang.
It's a 20 instead of a 1.
All right. Okay, so coming after coming after Ennui, I am going to roll a 15. Does that get through? Nope.
Nope.
All right, so another one of these creatures is going to come swinging out, and you twist out of the way, as getting a little bit more familiar with how they move, as it just kind of comes out of the wall and stabs it and drives at you twice. You can see one of your arrows in the back shoulder of this thing. It looks like it's the one that you shot just a few moments ago. The other one is going to go after Rishley, and I'm going to come out with a 22.
That will probably hit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. In which case, I might actually be able to do something here.
Well, the hex. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to do 2d8. 2d8 damage as this thing's claws come down. 'Cause
DM
they are
powers
fearsome.
1 and 2. 1 and 2.
I got a 1 and a 6, which is not bad. So 7 plus 4, that's 11 damage to you.
11
And you
damage.
need to make me a Constitution save.
Okay. Well, that was a fail. That's gonna be a 4.
All right. So this second one comes erupting out of the darkness, and it's going to come like savaging at you. You'll see it's wearing the same trader, like the kind of the trader robes that you guys saw before. It's the one that you guys captured briefly, and it's going to come swinging out. But in the surprise, you try to twist out of the way, but end up like kind of brushing up against one of its claws, and it's going to get you for. Oh, actually, it's going to hit you pretty squarely for that. Wait, did I already give you damage for that?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
It was
So
con save.
that's right. That's right. And you're going to feel this rictus like arc through your body as you're slammed up against the wall, and you're going to feel all your muscles go lock up and tense, and you're going to slump down onto the ground.
Okay.
You'll be making a Constitution save at every one of your rounds, and if you succeed on any of them, you'll come back up.
So I'm paralyzed?
Yeah, you're paralyzed. Okay. Yeah. Or until 1 minute passes. So if they don't reapply it.
So I hit some right now is auto crits right now, which is real good.
Yep. All right. Then I just need my chat up again so I can tell who's up next. Who's up next? There's that one. Chat window. There we go. So that's my 2 done. So actually, that's now we're out of surprise rounds. So now we're at the top of it.
Still get attacked.
Oh
Yeah,
that's right,
Rogan's never surprised.
Rogan.
So I'm going
Yes,
to
you.
cast Bless on Rishley, Marion, and Ennui.
All right.
E4, yes.
And then move closer. So that's 1d. You guys know Bless, right?
We has 1d4?
Yep. D4. Yeah. And then I'm going to move up to this one that's attacking Rishley.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Oh, you're just moving up to him? Okay.
Yep. Bless is the action, and then moving up to him.
All right. All right. So you smack him. Oh, sorry. And then it is now it's Kelly's turn. So you can roll that Constitution save.
All right, that's a fail. With
Did you-
bless.
All right.
With the one, with the bless, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're
Yeah,
gonna say
unless it's an 8.
paralyzed?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Next up, I've got my guy with a 20. I am going. So that's the one that's fighting Rogan and Marion. I'm going to swing at Marion now. Try to put her out of the fight. I am going to spend a hurt them more because oh god, that was a 1. I got a 3 on the second one, so that's only going to be a 10. So it's going to swing wide. After that, it's going to be Rogan's turn.
Right. For my action, I'm going to use the Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay.
And then bonus action, that's my channel divinity, sorry. And then bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon just south of the one that's attacking Marion and Rogan, and make an attack on that one.
Okay.
That will be a 21.
21, that'll hit. Yep.
For 8 points of force damage.
Oof. Okay.
And then at the end of my turn, because I'm within 30 feet of the sanctuary, I gain 6 temporary hit points.
Okay.
And anyone who's within 30 feet of me, radius of me when you end your turn, let me know.
All right, then. Then after that is my other one. I'm going to go after Ennui. I'm going to try to stab at you again. That's an 18.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. Okay. I'm going to get you for 14 damage.
Okay.
Okay. And then you need to give me a Constitution save.
I can do that.
Don't forget your D4.
Yep. It's 22.
Okay. Yeah, you're totally good.
23 plus
So you'll-
my cons.
You'll feel it just kind of glance you. Like it hits you pretty squarely, but it looks like there wasn't any that as much of that toxin on those barbs, and you'll only feel kind of a faint numbness in that area. It just didn't get deep enough into your bloodstream. All right. After that, I think we're up to Krista with Marion.
Hello. Okay, I'm going to attack with my hatchets.
Okay.
So I'm gonna attack once. That's a 18
All right.
and a nat 20.
All right.
Yes! Do it! Ask him a question!
Awesome. So that's the sixes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll 3, 1 for the 2 for the crit, and 1 for the regular. Now I also on each successful attack, I can do an additional d6 damage with my ladybugs.
Oof.
Y'all can't do nothing about it.
I'm gonna get eaten by ladybugs.
You are indeed gonna get eaten by ladybugs.
Well,
so
again,
I'm rolling 5
I'm now
d6s.
terrified of ladybugs.
It's a lot of big numbers.
Okay.
6, 12, 22 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
All right. You slash forward with your hatchets. One of them is basically like this big glob of ladybugs on the tip of it. And the first one like slams into its shoulder, and the other one comes in and it would hit it kind of like it ends up trying to like duck back, and you end up like clocking it right down near where the leg is. And your ladybugs are going to spatter across it and start like chewing on it, and then you're going to see it stumble back half a second, and then you're going to see it kind of its eyes go wide as the leg that was missing discorporeates again, and the creature's like, and it's gonna fall over because it's still using an illusionary leg.
Oh, it's the same guy?
It's the same guy, yeah. It's gonna start screaming, and that's actually enough to put it down. It's gonna start kicking around on the ground as the ladybugs are gonna get into the sensitive bits because they found an opening. But that's the end of that guy. Damn.
Those ain't ladies.
No.
Ladybugs are terrifying. They are armored, plated killing machines when it
They
comes
sure
to
are.
aphids.
There's a reason that I fight aberrations and have ladybugs. Let's get rid of the things that ruin the world.
Oh, with Krista down, we're on to ennui.
Hey, so is my target still up?
Yep, it's on the northern side. Yep, it's just you. Basically, you're the only one facing one right now.
Okay, well in that case, I'm going to attack it, and then I'm going to use my action surge afterwards to get a second
Fair enough.
attack on it.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
Is it
Krista
within 5
gained 9
feet?
temporary hit points.
9? Right, I was at the end. Okay.
7, so 19.
So,
Okay,
Mike,
yeah, that's true.
Mike, what are you attacking with?
Rapier.
Do you so just so you know, when you use action surge, you get basically all of your actions again, so like bonus actions, anything you have like that.
Oh, okay.
So if you attack with
all I've really got is
Okay.
attack anyway. So
all right, cool.
yep. So that's 11 points of damage.
Oh wait,
Okay.
did you say you rolled a 19 on that? Was it a nat 19?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't want
And
you to forget.
And you got your second one.
yeah, second one. So my less is 18.
Yep, that's true. Yep.
So that's another 7.
All right, so that's a goodly amount of damage. So you step forward and you almost make a fool out of the kind of the brutal and savage kind of cuts this thing is trying to put in. You'll hear its kind of thooning mental call out as you stab into it, finding chinks in the armor plating and leaving it bleeding from a half dozen tiny wounds all across the surface of it. It's stumbling backwards a little bit. That was a lot more than it was expecting to take from you guys. So well done. After
Michael, 7 temporary hit points.
Okay. There we go.
and after that we go to Seraph.
The thing that's next to Envy is looking pretty hurt. And,
Yep, fairly hurt.
And we took some damage as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but not a bad hit.
Okay. I'm going to. Yeah, I'll put Hex on the other thing.
Okay. So it has been hexed.
Oh, that's a natural 2.
Oof.
So that's not going to hit with an 8.
All right.
I do have. Can I use? So are we using advantages afterwards?
No, we weren't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I don't care.
Right.
It's up to you.
I don't
Everyone
particularly
else
care
was
either.
like before.
You know what?
so-
Go for it. We're having fun.
Okay.
Go for it. Yeah.
Sure.
Kill this
Yeah,
thing.
That is a 17.
That's a hit.
11 damage. That
Oof.
is.
All right, and what are you hitting this thing with again? Is that
Eldritch Blast? Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Ennui, as you kind of like sidestep dexterously, a caustic beam of energy is going to scythe from behind you, and is going to shear the arm off of this thing. Like one of the big chitinous arms is going to fall off, the flesh rotting away to nothing on its shoulder, and it's going to clutch, kind of keep its feet for a second, and then the blood loss is going to come to it. And it's going to come and it's going to fall forward and crunch heavily onto the ground. And that's the end of the second one.
All right.
There, gain 6 temporary hit points.
Okay. Thank you. 6 was it?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and their corpses are lying there. One of them is indeed the one that you saw before. You can see like same injuries and everything like that. While the second one is, now that you look her over, is dressed in pretty much the same thing you saw in the picture.
This is.
In the building. Oh yeah, and
This is the mayor, Duvizin.
and you'll see, and of course Rieslin is on the ground.
I'll try and help him up.
Oh, Rishley, pardon me.
And-
Oh,
Rishley.
Rich.
Bump.
Oh, right.
He's paralyzed still. You can make another test, Kelly.
Richly gain temporary hit points though.
15.
Does he get to roll again for Constitution?
No, he'll come out of the effect about now. It lasts for a minute, so it's been about that long.
I'll put a hand out to help him up.
I
A
didn't
lot
like.
of help you were.
Yeah, sorry about that.
He took a hit at least.
Yeah.
Like
Ow.
one less than
Can't
the rest
be
of us
perfect
took.
all the time.
Yeah,
Are
just
you guys feeling all right?
I'm a little bruised up.
We should keep going, though. You got it, Rishley. She'll very gently pat him on the back.
Ow. My back.
All right, so you guys are proceeding onward.
Does
Yes.
anybody have
Yeah.
like any healing or?
I'll heal you for. Let's see here.
How much were those temp hit points, Chris?
10 temporary hit points. Yeah. Actually, for the next minute, like technically everyone can keep rolling d6, and
They don't stack, though, right?
they don't
So-
stack, but you could
yeah.
get more. D6 plus 4.
For is that what everybody
Okay.
gets? What?
D6 plus 4.
And that
For,
does not stack, right?
No, you already got max.
Yeah.
But
I got one
everyone else-
shy of, so I'm not worried about it.
I heal you for 6 damage or 6 healing.
Nice. I will happily. I'll happily accept that.
That wall that was in front of me is no longer there, right?
That is correct. Yep. It phased
that
out of
way.
existence. Yeah.
I'll,
Clearly, they're trying
alright.
to protect something.
Let's go
Oh,
wreck
you
them.
guys-
head to the right side here.
Eyeing in there, you can see that it's simply just an empty chamber. Some rocks and debris scattered around, but nothing significant. Yeah.
Down this way.
Continuing south,
Yeah, basically
south.
he's just like
Yeah.
going all the way down.
So you guys continue along, mainly following that wall, and as you come to this the kind of the next little outcropping of rock, you'll see that the room opens up quite a bit, and you'll see what looks to be a sizable chamber, but still one that is quite low. So just stop there for a second. So new scents are going to kind of waft out of this chamber as you approach it. The musky funk of decaying fabric and old furs, and the smell of rot lingering in stagnant air. Thick pillars of moss-covered stone support a 20-foot. I thought it was lower than that, but a 20-foot high ceiling. And while you'll see that waist-high stone slabs dot the cavern. As you step out into here and come around that corner, this is particularly Kelly, Marion, and Seraph. Oh, sorry, Rishley are all going to get that.
No, I see it. I see
Kelly's
it as Kelly.
there.
Yo, what up? I'm going
Alright,
to cheat with my dice.
I need you guys all to make me a wisdom save.
So who's making this again?
Seraph, Rishley, and and Marion as you guys step around that corner.
I was prepared this time.
Suck on my big fat 9.
22.
All right.
Oh my god, double 2s.
Oh, no.
2 2.
That's a 7.
Oh,
So-
wait. My exhaustion is just ability checks,
Yeah,
right?
just checks, not saving throws.
Okay.
That's the
Then yeah,
third
22.
Yeah, that would have been absolutely. Anyway, as you step around that corner, you guys are going to step around that corner, you are going to see, for one, the pillars, the slabs sitting in the corners, and you are also going to see. Where am I? Actually, this will just do. I'll just use this one for right now. You are also going to see. Oh, crud. There's going to be some sort of. Oh, okay, actually, pardon me. You're going to feel it before you see it. As you guys step around that corner, there's going to be almost like a wave of weight kind of being thrown across you mentally. This kind of anchoring presence, which is just going to press you down into the ground as you guys are suddenly feel overwhelming feelings of sorrow and loss and grief just slam into you. If you failed that save, it's going to be almost bewildering. You're going to have a hard time focusing on doing on anything. You're going to be at disadvantage on essentially everything while in the presence of this form in the very, very south. You'll see.
Did I save with a 7?
No, you did not. Yeah, you're going to be feeling. You're going to be feeling it.
And can I ask one quick question about this?
Yes.
Is this a frightening effect?
No, it is like sorrow and depression and just all will to live is kind of being sucked out, right?
Okay.
And you're going to see at the very south there is going to be an altar erected, formed from what looks to be trinkets and old things, and you can see the bones of what look to be like the skulls of perhaps loved ones in times past, and little things of what just kind of resonate as loss for you. Propped atop this altar, you will see that there is a round metal disc lined with what looks to be like a crudely painted purple circle basically on a black ebon field. And then, as you guys are standing there, around the corner of one of the pillars here, you will see a man step out. He is old and tired. The flesh drawn tight across his skin, his mining overalls cut and tarnished and smeared with blood. He kind of half leans around the pillar over towards the altar, and casts towards you kind of a bitter hollow-eyed glare. What do you want? This is my place. It's all I have left.
Are you the owner of the mine?
Owner. You can't. This place belonged to my family. Belonged to my people. But they turned it into a tomb. There's no hope here anymore. And you'll see him step out, and as he steps out, you'll see that he's carrying what looks to be a long reed in his other hand. And at the tip of that reed, you'll see what looks to be a little wound set of what looks to be actually the same shade of that twine that you got before. And it's sitting there smoldering on the tip. He raises it up, and towards his, he'll raise kind of like the ember towards his features, and you'll see it kind of cast a glow across his otherwise pallid flesh. And you'll actually see the flesh kind of ripple a little bit as it does, as the bright light kind of comes close. But then he'll go and kind of lights it up a little bit brighter. I see you killed the others. The last two. The last fools suckling on the teat of this place.
I don't like this.
What is it they get from this place?
Sustenance.
Is that what you get from here?
He'll kind of put a hand up against the wall and kind of lean tiredly. It's all we have. We can't stop. We just can't stop. And as he does that, you'll see it behind him. Another one of these things is going to crawl out. I'm going to borrow one of these ones. And you'll see it comes out behind this pillar. And you'll see another one of the mist locks. This one is not dead. Just pause for a second. And as this one steps out, you'll see it is dressed in, like your eye will kind of catch it, and if you hadn't seen it with your dark vision, you wouldn't have seen it at all. Like it's in that much darkness behind it. But you'll see that it is in a kind of a grim mockery, like a more torn up, more shredded version of the same clothing that the man is wearing.
Do you want to be stopped?
Yeah. Okay. We don't have any choice. And you'll see the creature's going to clamber over that stone thing, and he's going to slowly start closing in on you guys. He'll close to about half the distance. He's not charging or anything like.
I'll try and step forward into the room, if I can, like just to try and.
Sure. You have to make a save now as well. As as that whatever is emanating off that altar is going to wash over you.
19.
19, you'll manage to keep yourself.
Okay,
but it's hard. You feel like there's knot in your stomach. You'll start thinking about all the things you've ever done wrong in life, all the ways you screwed up yourself, and you're gonna feel it like rising up almost like a tide.
You've been suffering for a long time. I think it's time to put that to an end.
The man is going to step back. He'll step back towards the altar, 5 feet. As the beast circles to the left.
I'll draw my hatchets.
All right. So you kind of assume they were already out, but yeah,
oh, yeah. Fair.
you raise your weapons. I don't think anyone's putting away a weapon right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Bless on Marion, Rishley, and Sarah, and then move closer towards the man. Slowly.
The man is going to back up 5 feet as you approach. In fact, he's actually going to move back 10 feet, retreating past the altar, and so he's right back here.
Okay, I'll just keep approaching him slowly.
Seraph is just taking in deep breaths as he's kind of overcome by these emotions.
Is anyone else doing anything, or are you all just kind of hanging out by the entrance there?
I'm prepping to get in there.
Okay.
Do we recognize this? Isn't the guy that we saw in the town, right? This is someone else.
This is someone else. No, yeah, the two that you saw in town, you just butchered just a moment ago.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like this depressive feeling coming from the altar.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely coming from the altar. You look at it, you can see it's like the colors draining out of the world. It's kind of like the energies that are boiling off the back of the monsters, but concentrated and focused. You're pretty sure you're looking at. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna stagger my way there and put my hand up as if like I'm looking at like a bright light, just trying to put my hand in between the vision of it. And as I come up close enough, I'm gonna cast Thunderwave on it.
Can you give me a perception check just before you do that?
Ooh, that's an 18.
All right. So you're kind of move forward, you're kind of holding up your hand to try to kind of keep the the grim presence of that altar back, as if your hand could somehow restrain these like horrid feelings that are waving out of it. And as you step forward, your eye's going to kind of catch something to your left on the side of that pillar. You glance over, and you will see the back side of it is tied up with blasting sticks. And you see that that grayish twine arcing up onto the arcing up above you.
Oof.
Do it.
I'll just shout out and I'll say, "There's blasting sticks tied to it."
And as you say that, I'm going to spend. I think I'm going to spend my hurt them more to have the guy just gotta go. And he's going to put it to the pillar beside him, and there's going to be a spray of sparks over there as the fuse is going to erupt, and there'll be like almost like firefly like flashes as the fuse line is going to run to all 4 pillars. And there is going to be some rather cataclysmic explosions here in a second.
How long does the fuse have?
I'm sensing a TPK.
The fuse, like they're not going to be going off. They're not going to be going off altogether, but there is going to be like a dexterity save in order to basically like you guys can turn and run as this stuff. That line that you actually have is actually got like a basically gunpowder inside of it, so it's running along those lines really quick.
Do I have enough to?
Remember,
right,
3 you're blessed and get an extra D4 on your save.
Well, let's see if anyone. Okay, so let's see. Any creature within.
Do I have enough time to prestidigitation it to snuff it?
Ooh.
We getting blown up?
Okay, well, let's deal with this. Because I've got fuses going all across the ceiling of this place. So let's find out what happens. So first off, the first one's going to detonate is the pillar over in the is the pillar that the man is standing beside. That one is going to detonate for he's going to take 3d6 bludgeoning damage immediately and just get obliterated. And the fuses are going to start burning. You're going to see the fuse arc overhead. Nice. If you give me a reflex save there, Seraph, in order to try to kind of pick it out and kind of try to channel the magic fast enough. And you might be able to cut that fuse.
A dex save.
And the save's
I'm gonna get
advantage, right?
This is just like reflex, just being like, oh shit, and then like trying to grab
it. 16.
Wait, can I? Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So 16.
So just making sure that reflex save is dex save, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So I think that will be adequate enough to cut the to basically like snip, like at least suppress that one fuse for a moment to basically stall that blast up there. But the other fuses are going to be arcing over to the other ones. At which point, I think we're going to roll initiative here really quick, but this is going to go very fast because I think things are about to start falling apart very quickly here.
Yes. So do I have disadvantage on this? Like what is the depression?
My apologies. The depression thing is actually going to go away at this point because it's going to take a hit from the blast and get blown apart. The altar's getting shattered.
Okay.
And
am I right beside the altar?
Yes.
Yes, you are. So you're probably gonna. Well, you might. You'll still get your. let's get the initiative saves down, and then we'll I will basically detonate the pillars as I go. But you'll have to make me probably a DC. You'll need to make me. You'll actually have to make me a reflex save in order to avoid that. You're in the blast radius.
And this is one of those things that I can spend my determination to get an advantage on, right?
To get
totally.
+2 to it.
+2? Okay.
Yeah, you have inspiration and determination.
And can I use both?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, sure.
James, do you want me to roll my Tides of Chaos?
Yeah, totally. Let's do that.
Ooh, close. No cigar. Kind of wanted to go off and just fireball myself in front of a bunch of, like, around dynamite. What better chance to have wild magic pop off and fireball myself around dynamite?
4.
You only rolled a 4?
With advantage and determination.
All right.
Wow.
1 and a 2.
Wow. Okay, you're gonna take 3d6 damage. So let's do that one right now, and then other stuff will happen.
I have some temporary hit points.
That's gonna be 14 damage to you. And you're going to, let's see here. Okay, so we're not quite there yet. Okay, so you're just gonna take that's all that's gonna happen. You're gonna basically get thrown backwards by that one. I think you're probably gonna end up probably about 10 feet back, as you're just like you glance off one of the tables and then kind of roll onto the ground. I think you're probably gonna be prone over there. And then we're into our initiative order.
Ooh.
All right, so top of the order we have Rogan.
Okay.
So you get to pick yourself up.
Yep, get up. That's half my move.
All right.
And then, let's see here. 5. I'm gonna move between Marion and the Thing. And
All right.
look back and be like, run and dodge.
All right. So you go intersect
think
yourself
I am?
there. Seraph, you're up.
Have all the pillars blown up, or
The fuses are running to the other ones.
which ones are still running?
Everyone except the one you're standing beside.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. One of them is blowing out. So that one is gone. The other two on the western side are basically both have fuses arcing across them across the roof.
So I'll say, I'll try to buy us some time, and I'll run over here, press the digitation on the other one.
Okay, now this one, yeah, ooh. Okay. Yeah, okay, I guess so, yeah. So you're gonna run over and kind of throw your magic towards the ceiling, and you'll be able to snip another one of those fuses. So that one's not going to detonate. The rocks are starting to fall around the altar. There's going to be like a horrible crunching sound as the roof begins to start giving away over there.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we have Ennui.
Oh, sorry. One more thing. Can I quickly hex the main guy as I run by him?
If you can do that as a bonus action.
Yep, it's a bonus action.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Ennui, you're up.
Running.
Running back towards the entrance,
Yes.
or are you going back? Are you following the path that you came in?
I'm just running out of the area that's exploding.
All right. So okay. So sure. So you run on back, which is a very sensible thing to do, considering. All right. Now it is my turn. I am. So you're just dodging there, Rogan?
Yep.
All right. I am going to turn. So you're going to see this thing kind of like raise its claws, and you're going to see like its fingers begin to move underneath of it, and you guys are going to the passageways behind you guys is going to disappear.
That's okay. We weren't gonna run anyway.
What?
I'm not gonna run anyway.
So I'm gonna close that one, and then I am going to
Ennui survives.
Tell everyone our tale.
They were
and then I'm gonna turn over here and try to stab you in the back.
Oh, it left my threat zone.
It did.
Yep. Yeah, you can whack it. I gotta stop the guy trying to turn off my demolition charges. Stop that. I've got other things rigged up that I want to explode.
How many demolition charges
Does
are
a
there?
19 hit it?
As far as you know, there's only some on these pillars here, but there could be other elsewhere. You guys haven't explored very far.
Sorry, based on what I can see, how many are still going?
All you can see is that there's fire running across the ceiling. From your vantage point, they're actually all hidden behind pillars.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit it?
Yes, a 19 will hit it. And
All right,
I will...
6 damage.
I am sure I'm hitting Seraph, unless you've got like 25. I got a good hit.
Okay.
Cool. Come on. That's 14 damage to you. And make me a con save. DC 15. Do it.
Remember your
14,
blast.
So that's 8 damage through that. And con save. I'm pretty good at that. That would be a 18.
All right, so you are not paralyzed at this time.
Oh, sorry, not 18. 15.
Oh, 15 just matches. If matching is passing,
Matches
okay,
pass.
so yeah, you'll just so you'll feel this thing like slam at one of its envenomed claws across your back, and you will stumble and your mind kind of reeling.
And I'll roll concentration.
Yep, sure.
Natural 20.
Okay, good. You're on. So you're well set there. Next up, we've got. We're down to Marion.
Hi. So I have a bit of a question.
Sure.
Actually, never mind. I don't think it's a bonus action, so it's all good. Never mind.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna run forward about 30 feet, sort of.
Okay.
So I'm in the center of the room. I'll probably stand right behind, or actually, as basically next to Seraph. So if he goes down, I'll be there for him. And then
Okay.
I would like to find, like, just sort of kind of determine which one I think might be the most dangerous, what looks like the biggest clump of detonation things. And I would like to cast Mage Hand by sending my
your ladybug swarm.
my ladybugs. It's a 30-foot range, so
Sacrificial ladybugs?
sorry.
Sacrificial ladybugs?
Somebody has
All
to
right,
do
so
it.
you're gonna
They might not blow up.
Yeah, so you're going to see 2 charges. There's 2
Okay.
charges currently. There's 3 charges currently available. There's only a fuse running to the one in the very southwestern corner of the room, which is just barely in your range.
Okay.
So that's probably the one you need to go for.
Okay.
All right. So go. So yes, this is Mage Hand. 5 pounds of pressure.
10 pounds in 5e. I just looked it up.
Oh, 10 pounds.
Yeah.
I think that's probably not going to be adequate to rip it off the wall, though. It's been tied. Like these are properly placed mining charges. They're actually like they've been actually like tied into position on the rocks there.
Is
They're
there
actually,
because they're also capable of doing damage? Could they theoretically like chew up the cord so that the cord falls?
Sure, you can just kind of essentially use them to just rip the fuse out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that'll work. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We'll do
So you
that.
just won't be able to get the charge off
Lost
the
my
wall.
headphones.
That's all. Yeah.
There we go.
So your ladybugs sweep out there and go swarming around it, and they'll just like and they'll tear out the fuse.
Fabulous.
You will get mental reports back that the stuff is very sweet and quite tasty.
Oh,
when
good.
they start chewing around the explosives. All right, so that
you
charge
hit
is out.
someone with it, they like explode.
All right, next up we've got I think we're down to Rishley.
Okay, so the way out's completely blocked, like the ephemera is kind of in front of it.
Yeah, it's basically like a blank wall where you just walked through. Although you do know that if you that blows against that will probably shatter that effect, but it will waste time because you actually have to be like.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to rush past Rogan, spend a key point to summon arms. I need you to make me a dex save, please.
I look forward to failing. I did not fail. Wow. Okay. I got 17 on the dice.
Okay.
So I suspect I'm probably good.
All right. So in that case, I am going to spend my inspiration and punch this thing like dope hard. Actually, you know, I'm gonna clobber with a
D4.
fur. What's that?
Don't forget your D4.
Does that refresh every round?
Bless is still up. It lasts for a minute.
Yep.
Oh, does
Bless
it? Oh.
continues. Yeah, you can keep using Bless every round.
all of your attacks and all of your saving throws.
Yeah.
So that is really kind of shit actually. 16.
16 will not get through. I got 17 armor.
Okay.
Yep. So you'll beat on the thing, but it's natural, the actual natural armor plating on it holds under the blows. Okay. Flurrying at all or anything like that?
I can't. I used a bonus action to summon the arms.
Oh, okay. My apologies. I didn't realize. Okay. So I think we're at the top of it. So Rogan again.
Okay. So I'm gonna move down towards it, and as I'm doing that, throw my warhammer away, and I'm going to try and grab it and grapple it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So opposed athletics or acrobatics check, whichever it's better at.
You win.
And I got a 22.
I don't have anywhere near that. I got a 2 on the dice.
It's
You win.
grappled, so that
All right.
was my speed of movement. Now my speed is halved, and I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. I can probably go here, and I'm going to put it here between me and Risley and take it away from those two.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah, so I'm going to run up to it, grab it, and just drag it back away from the people who are taking care of the charges.
Okay, sounds good. All right. And the worst part is I don't think I could use I can't use my shadow fabrication now because you've got my hands kind of grappled.
The teleportation, you can teleport away.
Yeah, you
No,
can still
not the
teleport.
teleportation. No, the fabrication thing there because I'm making the illusions. Because a second version of my my little shadow puppet guy would be great right now. All right, that's it for that. Okay, so after you drops down to Seraph.
Seraph will walk within 10 feet of this fuse down here and press digitate and snuff it out.
All right. Actually, the fuse has already been cut. You'll see. It's
okay.
that one got ladybugged. Yeah.
Right. So then he'll come down here, and so he's holding a stick that has like a fuse on it, right? That's like got a light on it.
Oh, the guy got obliterated. He discorporeated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was a shadow puppet. He's like the same stuff as the walls and that they were doing. He just he turned into mist and he got blown apart by the explosion. So right now, all the charges are safe now as far as you can tell.
I will.
It looks like
hex that guy, and Tides of Chaos my Eldritch Blast towards him. That is a 23 to hit.
That's a hit.
Really low lows for damage, though. That is 7 damage for force and 1 damage for necrotic.
All right, so you put another caustic ray into this thing, and it will as you slam it. It's beady red eyes, kind of tracking around, kind of bewildered, and then after that, who's it go to? After Seraph, we go to Ennui. Ennui, you still running?
Or he's
Oh, you're muted.
I'm still running.
so he's
All
so
right.
far away we can't even hear him.
Exactly.
So Ennui, as you're running, you're going to start seeing the walls are going to start like bleeding as the as you can almost kind of see like kind of cracks beginning to arc across them and kind of Icarus material starting to flood in. You get the sense that this entire place is coming apart at the seams. Whatever magic was binding it is beginning to unravel as the hive is beginning to dissolve around you. You go sprinting alongwards, running faster. You're going to run past the bodies of the two fallen one. We'll see a gleam on the. Sorry,
Not slowing down.
not slowing down. Okay. All right. And by the way, for those of you in the room, over by that altar, you're going to start seeing a pool of this kind of black liquid beginning to rise out of it and starting to like spread as this place starts to unravel. All right. What do I got left? I've got me. It's gonna look at you, and then I am going to teleport because I got. There's no point in being here anymore. So I'm going to teleport out of your sight, and you're not gonna know where I'm gone.
Does the wall stay there?
The wall does stay there. Yes. Although all around it, you see the walls on the left and the right are beginning to like, you'll see the moss starting to like slew off the side of it, kind of like rotten flesh kind of giving away, and you'll see kind of like cracks running up the surface and black ichor beginning to start to well out of the corners.
Gross.
Yeah, ick.
Is that mean?
I think I'm out. I think we're out of combat actually because I'm withdrawing.
Okay. Is there any other like? Are all of the wicks put out?
Yep. Looks like the wicks are gone. The altar has been smashed. The wall, but you're pretty sure the room is quite unstable. I probably wouldn't stay here. The rocks are probably going to settle pretty soon, and this room's probably going to collapse.
Okay.
It's the cavern is mortally wounded, but it hasn't yet to die.
Looks like there's another entrance or exit on the other side of the room.
Yeah. Do we risk
don't know
going
where that
down there
goes.
because we don't know where it goes?
Let's try breaking this thing. I'll give it one more chance of breaking this thing down.
Rogan will go to the wall that just kind of appeared out of nowhere and just take his warhammer and just start hammering on it.
Ditto.
Sure, it'll give way after under the first blow. It's like it can take about 30-40 pounds of pressure, and then the whole thing just snaps, and
Then
the
he'll,
stuff will wither.
All right,
Look back to the other.
Let's get out of here! All right, and what follows is pretty much just a running, like you guys are sprinting through the caverns as the walls begin to slough off, and more of that ichor starts to gather on your feet. Your feet are gonna like spattering it onto the walls, and you're gonna feel like the coldness, some sort of ethereal coldness beginning to kind of like come through the soles of your feet as you go running along, and you guys are gonna burst back out into the normal part of the cavern. Ennui, you're gonna reach there well first of everybody else, but you'll come out as the entrance is starting to like the actual stuff of it is beginning to droop and kind of fall off the almost like meat falling off the bones, and you got as you emerge back out in the main cavern. But as you get right out in the main cavern, the main shaft, but as you get there, it looks like this ground is stable. This stuff is not giving way like the rest of it.
Interesting.
I will start yelling back down the cave for encouragement. Get out of there!
All right, the rest of you are going to come sprinting along, running through this Icarus maze, and you guys will come as like globs of reality are going to kind of like slewing off, and you guys will all rush back out into the main chamber as the entrance begins to, and it's going to just smear and kind of come down as last of you kind of crawl out, and then we'll kind of steal over.
Miriam's the last one out, right?
I am. Yeah.
So
yeah.
You could do like the Indiana Jones thing where you like slide out, but your hat falls off, and then you reach back in and grab it.
The ladybugs.
Either that or the Furbolg thing where she gets stuck like partway through, and she's like, "Oh God!"
Just Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, right. Like to squeeze out of it.
And all of her ladybugs are like pulling on her fingers, trying to pull her out.
And you guys emerge back out into the main shaft as the place dissolves behind you, and the material slews down the wall, and behind it you can see natural stone, as if that hole was never there before, never there at all. And
What do we do now?
I think whatever was here isn't here anymore. This must have been where the original collapse happened.
Okay.
So, I suppose we did what we were supposed to do.
But that thing's still in there.
I don't think it has any connection to the material world or plane anymore.
Oh.
you're pretty sure if it didn't manage to get out, it's probably returning to whatever other place this place was a connection to. Sliding back across the plains, perhaps. Or perhaps it did manage to get out. Maybe it knew a secret path and now it's somewhere in the woods above you. But
Okay.
you're gonna feel your color begin to come back into the world. Your dark vision's going to re-extend back out to its natural range, and you guys are going to feel a lot more encouraged than you did before.
Anybody hurt? Is everyone all right?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Fingers, toes. I'm all attached.
Especially Sarah?
No lasting damage, at least
Yeah.
physically.
Well, I guess the job's done.
As best as it can be, I suppose. I suppose there's no guarantee that this won't come back. We should probably let the lady know that.
He'll nod and says, well, we should probably get back to Marine.
It was dressed in miner's clothing.
Either they're trying to be miners if they're something else, or the miners turned into them.
One of them looked like the mayor,
One of the ones we
least-
killed.
at least the one with her clothes.
They weren't what I normally hunt. They weren't aberrations of any kind, so I would guess that they were just putting on a face, because I can do that too. I'll cast Disguise Self because I'm a Fearbolg and can do that. And I'll look like the mayor from the picture.
Okay, yeah, so you transform into that dark-skinned woman, yeah?
Because sorry, Ennui, I'll change back. Because any of the people we saw turned into dust, but these things were real. So I think they were just able to make really real illusions and were trying to pretend as miners.
So, like,
Yeah.
they weren't really miners. So, like, it was all like an illusion?
I think so.
I knew that, like, there was, like, some costume somewhere in there.
I knew you were trying to
I
get at
knew,
something,
yeah.
and I was like, God damn it, Kelly.
All right.
Very well done.
I bet they would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for us meddling party members.
Meddling adventurers.
Yeah.
Yes, you're meddling adventurers.
And our elf, too.
That look from Ennui.
All right, and with that,
I really hope that like we like grab that old guy's like face and pull off his mask, and it's like the old woman that hired us.
Yeah, that's what that was like, I'm gonna roll a
Hoping for
d20.
that.
I got an 18, that might have happened.
Anyway, with that, you guys are going to be able to retreat. You guys can. That will pretty much wrap up the adventure here. And you guys can head back and make your bucket load of money off of that chest for whatever purpose you want to do it.
I want to try to find Tavin and give him that teddy bear.
Is there any
fu-
family members of his?
Oh yeah, Tavin. I
mean
think that's a
Paul?
story. Not Grovsnor. You mean Lucas? Oh, sorry. Tavin is the
son.
you'll have to. Yeah, it could be a whole adventure trying to basically like track down where those relatives go. They're not in Marine anymore. They've
Oh,
moved
but yes,
on.
Lucas, you're correct. For the
Lucas is the one
necklace.
with the necklace. You can certainly go back and do that.
We'll do that.
So yeah, you can go back and he will be grumpily happy about that. Yeah, because he's quite an old man. You will also learn that like if you actually like follow up on that, mean locks can actually transform, like kind of if they capture people, they can actually transform them into versions of themselves, and mislocks can do the same.
I was gonna say if we can get back to Candlekeep, I might try and look up more about mislocks.
They're a rare Yeah, we'll talk more about those later, but because I think it's quite late now. But
they're raricites.
Yeah, they were people. They are the way the actual mistlocks work is they're a parasitic race. So they actually meanlocks are a type of fae that got spontaneously created during events of great terror. And then mislocks are where my lore takes over for it. They're kind of a parasitic reflection of that from the Shadowfell, which would come in when sorrow becomes the dominant kind of feeling, and they will usurp Mirlock nests and take them over and basically kill or transform all the Mirlocks, and the Mirlocks can create other Mirlocks, and then mislocks can basically take humans or Mirlocks and turn them into other copies of themselves. So it's kind of like one of those. It's kind of like those wasps that go after and like parasitize other things. Anyway, I can put down details for that kind of stuff later on if people are interested. But sorry that one ran long, guys. I tried. There's a lot of here.
We have succeeded and made many monies.
Yes,
many monies.
Many monies.
All right, so I guess that's gonna be it.
Yep.
We reached our boosting goal.
We reached our boosting goal. So hey, thank you everybody who tuned in and watched us. Hope you enjoyed that episode of Candlekeep Mysteries coming to a close. Thank you, James.
You're very welcome.
James.
All right, so if you like that, we do Candlekeep Mysteries usually once a week on Tuesdays, but on Dork Tales we're doing role-playing games like almost every damn night. So come and enjoy with us. Give us a follow, give us a sub. If you're over on YouTube, give us a sub over there too, because we love having you over here. And with that, I guess we should say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
It was fun. Thanks for coming along.